Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we got part two for you, the Ashley Lovie episode. I really won't get into it too much. I know it is a bit of a longer episode. With that being said, hope you guys enjoy.
Yeah. Going on you with the pick and roll. Younger flame here in sicko mode.
Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and
today we have Ashton Lowe on the pod. Barely, but we made it. We made it, chat. We made it back.
Ladies, how we doing?
We're great. We're fantastic.
No, why are you lying to these people? You already started top of the line. We are very unwell. Okay, we were stuck in Arizona from Friday until about now, so we're unwell, but we're making it.
You guys are home.
We're home.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to spend like $3,000 to get back to Boston, or?
Nah, we weren't doing all that. We were about to do something crazy, though. We were going to fly into JFK. We left out of Boston, by the way. We were going to fly into JFK, get a rental car, then drive to Boston, and then I was going to drive back to Connecticut. Yep. That's how desperate we were. It was crazy.
Trying to get out.
People were fighting for tickets left and right. Everything was on fire. I mean, it was crazy, but we made it. We made it. So
barely.
For $3,000, you might as well just rent an apartment for a month out in Tempe.
Literally.
I got money, but I ain't got it like that yet. You know, I'm manifesting, but I'm not 3K for a flight. No, miss me with that.
Yeah, I feel bad, but you guys didn't have any snow out there, and now you guys have so much snow on the ground right now.
Literally, I had to clean my car off as soon as I got back, and it was insane.
Yep.
Lovie, you have more snow than we do. Actually, you probably have like 2.5 feet, right?
Yeah, that's heinous. Like I want my money back at this point. Because how are we gonna get more snow to Connecticut?
True. Yeah, my cousin, she lives in Rhode Island. They got 3 feet of snow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yikes!
At this point, it's not winter.
Hell no.
If I see that groundhog in the streets, it's on site. I swear.
We're fucking filled up.
Put him in the slow cooker. Put some paprika on him. Oh my god, I'm mad.
Hey, that's almost March. Like, how is this still gonna snow, right?
How?
I'm gonna throw hands with Phil if it snows in March.
Yeah.
But we're back home. All right, so let's get into some would you rather questions. I've been doing something a little different. I've been having people send them in. So are we ready?
We're ready.
I guess.
All right. First, would you rather, from Mackenzie Wilson, would you rather stay in a Roach motel for a tournament or never play cloth again?
I'm kicking it with the Roaches, guys. I'm sorry. I'll be the first to say it. I can't speak for Lovie. I can't speak for Lovie.
I can't take Lovie serious right now just because of her reaction, but also her background.
Oh, chat.
Tell them what you did. Tell them.
Chat. So I'm from the trenches, right? I'm from the trenches. I've been there. I've been there before, but I'll never go back, right? So I'll tell y'all the story, but basically I had a mini crash, not a mini crash out, I'm lying, like a crash out over the thread count of our hotel room bed sheets because they were entirely too low. Like I know who I am and how hard I've worked in my career. I need Egyptian cotton, and this was just not going to work for me. It just wasn't going to work for me. There was a fly in the bathroom. The refrigerator was white, sink was ghetto, and I was like, I don't know where we're going, Ashley, but we have to get out of here.
3 a.m., mind you, 3 a.m. Crash out. I'm over here, and then this just starts going.
Did you guys get out?
Yes. Of course we did, right?
We were out next morning.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like 3 a.m. Lovie's like, nah, fuck this. We're out.
No, the only reason why we didn't is because I ended up getting an Airbnb and he wasn't gonna let me check in that early. I tried. And I said, sir, I will see you at 8 a.m. sharp. But because I love cloth so much, I would experience a low thread count and a white refrigerator to make sure that I get to play cloth. So I'm going to go with playing cloth.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Fortunately.
Fair. All right. Next one from Jackie Spinella. Would you rather drink 5 BuzzBalls or 5 Twisted Teas before a dodgeball tournament?
I mean, the BuzzBalls.
What are you going through?
Oh my God.
What are you going through?
Who are you?
You know exactly what I'm going through.
Girl, I'm taking
5
those
buzz
twisted
balls.
teas. Why? That's a death sentence.
Yeah, 5 buzz balls.
5 buzz balls. Let's go.
This is gonna be
Chat.
like Crown Royal Ashley coming out again for semi-pro.
Crown Royal Ashley's
Ain't nothing
insane.
different.
We got Flu Jordan and we got Crown Royal Ashley.
That tournament was wild, Lovey. So it's Ashley, Nate, and I in the huddle, and like we didn't really huddle, but I'm like Nate's in the middle. I'm in the right corner. Ashley's in the left corner, and I'm like, Nate, tell Ashley she's got the throw. And he looked over and he looked back to me, and he's like, Ashley's cross-eyed. I don't think she heard me.
Go for real.
That was a time, guys. That was a time. We're good now, but
Are we? Because you just opted for the buzz ball. So
twisted teas hurt my stomach. I'm not gonna lie. Like
but
they
buzz balls
really
don't.
they're quick. I could just chug those things and it'll be a future me problem. I can't say the same for twisted teas.
You know what? I'm judging. I'm gonna take back my judgment. You know, you ain't wrong, Queen.
Right. This is supposed to be a safe space. Like what?
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
5 buzz balls, man. All right, like 5 buzz balls would be equivalent to 2 4 locos, probably.
Okay. We'll get through it.
Okay. All right. Next one again from Mackenzie Wilson. Ashley, would you rather have to wear drunk goggles on the court as your rec specs or actually play drunk?
I'll play drunk.
Would you play drunk with drunk rec specs on?
That would be crazy, but you know what? Sign me up. We'll try it.
Hope you have good health insurance after that. Like, what's going on? What's really going on with chat? What's going on with you guys?
Next one from Dan Hood. Would you rather eat the worst pizza or the worst Chinese food every time you get drunk?
Pizza.
This is an easy one for me too. The pizza, like you can eat bad pizza, but you eat bad Chinese food or 7-Eleven chicken, you're cooked.
Right.
Who's eating 7-Eleven chicken? Ryan, please, I'm gonna need you to do so much better, sir. I'm sorry. Absolutely not.
And last one from Meredith. In honor of my interview in an hour, would you rather be shaking and sweating profusely, sweat literally dripping from your nose and forehead, obviously sweat stains, or you're still shaking, but every time you're nervous, you nervous laugh or smirked, you would too. Very mild yet noticeable fart.
Shotty, what?
Everything with her is fart. Everything with her is fart.
I'll go with A, the first one.
Okay, so like I have a few conditions. Does it smell? Because if it doesn't smell, all day.
It says mild yet noticeably farting. So yeah, it's either smells or it's just like kind of loud.
Like a sound, yeah.
Yeah, I'm farting all day. I'm crop dusting everybody. Get out the way.
Farting. So multiple times. If it's just one,
Symphony.
I'd probably go with the second part, yeah, and I'd make a joke out of it or something. You know, whoever's interviewing me. All right, that's what we got for Would You Rather. Let's go into recap for this weekend. So, ladies, Tempe round was this weekend. How do we do?
Lovey?
We did okay. There was a lot on the Onyx side. So I'll start with women's, right? On the Onyx side, there was a lot of development. Definitely broke a lot of brains with the play and ball rule, like all around. So we're just getting used to that. Like I was very pleased with what I saw, just like with my individual play from like an offensive perspective, because I was working on a few things, just trying to be more of an offensive player because I default to defense. That's been really cool. As far as like the greater squad, just seeing, because I honestly play a class with a bunch of phone girlies, honestly. So being able to see them like legitimately, shift their mindset to like, all right, this is the strategy of cloth. This is what we're going to do, was a joy. Like, even though if the score didn't reflect, like we did like get it together during bracket, it was just unfortunately too late. Same deal for mix. It's just a whole bunch of phone people in a Gucci belt, playing cloth out there. And, it's just, it was an experience in the play in balls and like being able to speed up your offense, so that doesn't get called on you, was an experience. And and I think that it's only going to get better and better.
What team did you play with for mixed?
I played with Pitch Black for mixed, and then I played for Onyx with women.
Okay. I don't think I saw you on the stream card at all.
Yeah. We were at it after the fact. So like if you go back to the videos and things like that, like some of our matches were recorded, but we did play BCB. Onyx did play BCB on the stream court.
Okay. Ashley, how do you guys do?
So first off, I think the tournament was fun within itself. For Flex, we did not finish the way we wanted to finish, which, it was second place, which is all good in my opinion. I think that was a tournament where we were working on getting back into the swing of things. And, I do think that we need to work a little bit more on being in sync and playing together. So regardless of that outcome, I think it was good to kind of get those, get those errors out now. So when we comes time for like worlds and stuff like that, we're more prepared. I played with Atlanta Dodgeball Club for mixed, and that was so much fun. It was like me, Shota, Aaron Goodwin, like half a flex, and putting all of us together, and we had a blast. We placed third place, which honestly is pretty good, for never playing, together. So honestly, that was really fun. I loved how, they trusted us women to kind of go out there and make throws and make catches. Like they encouraged us to just go out there and ball. So that's what we did. And, we had a really good time doing that. So all in all, good tournament, lots of learning lessons and things to like work on moving forward, which I love. So
Yeah. Your teams look really fun. I think it was unfortunate that you guys were missing Anna, right, for Flex?
yeah, we were missing Anna. Yep.
But I mean, you guys made it to the finals, just didn't get the result you're looking for.
Yeah.
Were you surprised to see KD on Invasion?
No, I knew. I did know, and honestly, she did really well, and she fits onto that team extremely well. So, them all together, they're an absolute unit. They're beasts, and they keep us on our toes, which is exactly what they did. So I definitely think she's a great fit for that team, and it was fun playing against all of them for sure.
Is she on Invasion full time, or is this just like a?
Yeah, full time. Yep.
Okay, nice.
Mhm.
That's a great pickup. And I know they were really close to a lot of the tournaments last year. Whether it was, I mean, I don't know if they were in the finals too often. If I remember correctly, I think they were in the finals for Seattle, but I think they lost to Frenzy. I think
Invasion or North?
Invasion.
So Invasion, I they're always with like a top tier team. I do know that. So I can't quite remember how they placed in their other rounds. I don't know if they participated as much last year, but they were like we played against them for both cloth and foam nationals last year. I do know that. So and they really were like top tier competition. So.
Yeah, for sure. We did a Connecticut watch party. Some people from out of state joined, so like we had like 10 people, 15 people kind of hop in, and we're all watching the finals. And yeah, it was a good time. I was very surprised when I saw that KD was on that team because I was like, oh, I think Flex will win. And then I saw KD. I'm like, ooh, if they can get them in a lot of ways, and if Flex isn't set up on the back line, this is going to be really close.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. They pushed us. I know we're gonna have a team chat about it within the next few weeks or so, but we definitely should have made some adjustments mid-game that we didn't really think about doing until after the fact. But no, they are a very quick team and they're a very aggressive team. So they definitely pushed us, which impacted the score as you guys saw. So
All right. Lovey, can you give me one thing that was really clicking for you guys this weekend and one thing as a team you need to work on for the next tournament?
So I think even for both, right? Onyx's strengths lie specifically for Onyx. Our strength lies on like how good, like we have a lot of people that are good off ball, right? So one thing that really did click was one. I love that opening rush. Everybody knows that I do. So one thing that started clicking for us is I started doing kind of like that swoop back. And then I started allowing. We have a new player on our team. Her name is Sophia Feld, and she's pretty good. She clocked like what was it, Ash? Like
53 in the cloth throw.
Yeah, on the cloth throw. So I picked that up and I just started scooping that up and like having her throw off the rush. I said, Sophia, empty the clip. So that worked really well for our offense. So like that, we didn't start really doing that until the tail end of the competition. We ended up winning every every bracket game. And I was particularly or every consolation bracket game rather. And I was particularly impressed with us being able to put it together because we had initially lost to Fang, and we ended up beating them, the second time around. So I like seeing that progression, and seeing it finally click and people being like, oh yeah, play end balls. That means like we throw at the same time. That was pretty good to see. That and putting 4 balls on Ashley, that helped us out a lot during our flex match. Because as long as I'm on the other side of the floor of Ashley, she will never play a second of dodgeball. I literally said, if they throw a counter, empty the clip. Empty the clip on right.
I felt attacked. I felt attacked.
And as you should, because that was absolutely the play. You will never get the play. Okay. Same thing. And I hope I wanted to. We didn't get to meet each other. Pitch Black and ADC didn't get to meet each other.
I wish that would have been fun.
I would have emptied the clip again.
On me is crazy. That's mixed.
Absolutely.
That's
absolutely.
Mixed.
No one's off limits.
Nobody.
She said nobody is safe, especially you.
I know I can dodge, so I'm gonna get 3 back, and I'm empty clip again. They put 3 on me. I got them all. I said empty the clip. So that was both like that transition, defense or offense rather was particularly effective for both groups. So we just empty it. Like with mixed, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Eddie Wilcox. He's new.
Yes, tall Eddie.
Tall guy from
tall,
Arizona,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you know what I just started doing? I put him in the corner. I said, Eddie, empty the clip. Boom, 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 boom. So I think it's just, go for it.
I was gonna say he was line roughing one of my games, and I literally walked up to him and I went, "God damn!"
About 6'4", 6'5",
right?
Yeah, no, he's a big boy. I think he's on Pantheon. I played him a few times.
Yes.
He's a really good player.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you do too much, so I'm like, don't do too much. I'm gonna get you the ball back, sir. Like, so empty it. Like, but just you gotta wait for me.
Every time I see a tall person, I just want to bounce past them a basketball and see what they do with it. Every single time, see if they can dunk it.
And he can. He can just do the little bunny hop and dunk it. He's good
easily.
But that was fun. Like he is also a little newer to the cloth format, so I was just telling him what to do. Honestly, I was just like, yeah, you see her over there, hit her. You see what I'm about to do now? I'm gonna get you 2, and then we're both gonna hit her.
So what are some things that you think that you or as a team you guys can work on for next tournament?
I'll start, and I think Ashley already touched on it, but I'll start. I think like a lot of the issues with my team that I played with this weekend in particular is just rules. So like the play 2, people don't realize when you get played bald, like 5 seconds is a long time, y'all.
5 seconds. So play 2 is 10 to 5. After 5 gets called, they say play 2, and then you have to throw 2, and then it goes 5 to 1 for the burden.
Correct. It depends on how many balls you have on your side.
Right.
Yeah, so it can be challenging. So sometimes it's a play 2. It can be even as much as a play 3, depending on how many balls you have.
You have to dump everything but 1.
You got to get down to 1.
You have to get down to 1. So when you hear that, you still have 5 seconds. It's a silent count too. So you have to be ready to like. It's a silent count, right? Or the first count is a silent count, and then it goes down to 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yep.
Either way, you still have to dump those balls.
You got to dump them. So that means like USA, and we'll get into this later. USA has made the hard cutoff as like, all right, once you get the 5, you got to go. But in the world's rules, it's kind of ref discretion. If they don't see you making a good effort to do something on offense, they're going to start playing the play ball. But for all intents and purposes, to normalize it in the United States, I see why the USA dodgeball had made a decision to have a hard cutoff, but it made things a little wonky for folks that like are used to kind of that world's mindset, and then it just completely confuffled, if that's a word. I just made it up just right now. Folks confuffled. There it is. folks that like were used to the old USA rules that have never played with the world's rule set. So we had a
I
lot of issues. Like my team had a lot of issues. Like play 3. That doesn't mean all of them, baby. Like now they're gonna empty the clip on us. Let's get them back though.
Typically, and I will say this to anyone that's listening too, anytime you hear a play ball called, I highly recommend having a trigger play ready because then that kind of helps
Yes.
you guys reset yourselves. It kind of becomes more scrambled when you hear the play ball called, and then you're like, you got one person throwing this way and another person
Mhm.
throwing this way. If your team already has a trigger play set up, so you know what to do when you're hearing that play ball being called, you're more likely to be a little bit more calm on the court and execute that play. So.
Mhm.
trigger as in like an audible. So like we have this one play call, then we hear play two. Like okay, we're gonna go to the second play call.
It's more so okay, like if I'm throwing, but we hear play ball, it's gonna be a kill, right? So
Okay.
Yeah.
essentially, it'll be like
The
a
last
kill
person
left
holds the
or
ball.
kill right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you'll see that that's very common in across all cloth teams. Usually, typically it's a kill play. So
Yeah.
Okay. I understand cloth rules. I think for now until they change it again next year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, and plus, like, that's what makes cloth fun, right? Like, we ain't have. I'm gonna throw shade at phone. We ain't back there having a picnic on the back line like the phone players are. We're moving the play, and the rules have consequences if you don't. Respectfully,
yeah,
Shota, I love you, Pookie, but y'all be back there on the back line having a tea party. The cloth players, that's the word I call that the working man's ball type rather, the working man's ball type. Okay, we be out there working in the neutral zone, and y'all on the back line chilling.
A neutral zone and foam would be dangerous.
yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How about you, Ashley? What are some things that you thought that you guys was clicking really well for you guys, and then some things that you feel like you need to work on for the next tournament?
I think that, play execution, I thought we did very well personally. However, there were times where I do feel like we played a little bit individually. And like, for example, I felt like there were a ton of times where we threw a lot of like catches, things of that nature. Not pump faking when we're at the line. I know Lou got some feedback from some other teams that were playing against us, and that was like the main thing that they noticed that we weren't at the line and we weren't pump faking. So it was really easy to see who was throwing, who was about to throw. Someone said it was like playing catch against one person, which I thought was diabolical. I'm like, that's rude. But no, it's
That's
true. I
crazy.
mean,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. My fault. My fault. My fault. I'm locked in. My fault. My fault.
it's true. I heard that and my jaw dropped. Like, but like that comes to show that like we just weren't there. We did not bring it in Tempe. And you know what? That's okay. Giving us that feedback is okay. Because at the end of the day, half of us are traveling, hopefully, to Thailand in the next few months or so. And I'd rather do that in Tempe than spend thousands of dollars in Thailand and do that in Thailand, So that's just some of what I thought we could improve on.
That's totally fair. That's crazy though. Like
Yes.
imagine, Lovey, imagine if Invasion beat them and then they're like, yeah, it was like we're playing catch with one person. Like,
That would be my villain origin story. Like I would put that on a t-shirt and wear it to the gym every day until I get my lick back. Every single day.
that is wild.
I swear. That's just kind of I'm a diabolical human being. I hope you guys know that. Like I am like never forget.
Jesus. All right, next question. Was there any teams that stuck out to you or may have surprised you? Let's start with Levy.
I mean, like I hate to say that like kind of everything went as expected. I was definitely pleased to see, teams debut like Chosen. I was excited to see kind of shakeups like Katie on Invasion, but everything kind of went, sorry, Ashley, to plan. Based off of what how the day looked, respectfully.
Ashley?
So yeah, not many surprises on my end.
So this isn't a surprise, but this is a team that I genuinely like can appreciate, and that's BCB. They like when I tell you all of them, I know they practice like when they're, back in their home state. You could see the chemistry of all of them on the court. I think they placed third in women's, if I'm
Yeah.
correct. But honestly, playing against them, you can just feel the chemistry of their presence on the court. So I'm super excited to see like where they will end up at the end of this year and like as they continue to build and grow. They've done a fantastic job, from watching them from like a few years ago to even up until this point now. I just want to share like my respect for them, and my appreciation for that team. So I think that's a solid team that if they continue to just build together, they're going to do some great things for sure.
BCB is a solid team all around. They can truly do any ball type. No sting,
Mhm.
great. Cloth, no problem.
Right.
Foam, got it. Like so like I respect BCB, like biased a little bit, because I've got a couple of my teammates on there, from mixed cloth in Mexico. But if you've been paying attention and like what they're capable of, and if you haven't, now for sure.
First
Yeah.
pick in the draft for teams that we think would win a round 2 episodes ago. First team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm trying to pull up the standings now. All right, so Hex was 6-0, Flight was 6-0, Threat was 5-1, Reboot 5-1, Elevation 4-2, Rockefeller is 3-2-1. They were on the stream a few times. I thought that they looked really well. I mean, they're a predominantly New York City team. They play different ball types. I know that they have been playing a lot of cloth. They have their own cloth league. Their pump fakes were really good. You could tell that they were really together at the front line. Really good pump fakes, really good ball blockers. Like everyone kind of knew where they're going to be on the court.
Do not sleep on that team. I was watching them a bit on the sidelines too, and I 100% agree. And I know Tim Wells runs the league in New York, the Cloth League, but a lot of them play in that Cloth League. And they had mentioned that their gym had flooded a few months ago, so they really haven't been able to play and practice within the recent months. But even just watching them over the weekend and not practicing in a few months and watching them play, I mean, amazing. I think that's another team to watch out for this year and even next year as they continue to build and grow because they have some amazing arms, amazing catchers. Like it really, they are fun to watch, and they're all awesome people too. So just wanted to shout them out too as well.
Yeah.
So
And sick jerseys.
yes.
Next question. Was there any players that stuck out? It could be someone that was just hooping or someone that you could tell put in a ton of work this offseason. I'll name 2 players, Dylan Tobia. If you are on Instagram, you'll see probably his stories. People will share it. He'll tag like 30 people in it, and you can see all the hard work that he's put in this offseason. And another one too, Brandon Cook. So I heard that he had a torn Achilles last year. And he came back. He looked great. Lost a bunch of weight. Like shout out to those 2 right there.
He healed that himself, by the way.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's crazy.
what?
Yes.
That's crazy.
He did not get any surgery. I was
Yeah.
talking to him over the weekend and he's like, "Did you know?" And I'm like, "I had no clue." And he was like, "Yeah, I did it myself. Like, I guess in Europe it's popular to do that stuff on your own, like rehab on your own." And he took a lot of that and did it himself. And he was moving his Achilles all around. And I'm like, it looked
Yeah,
like
he
it was
was over
brand
here
new. Yeah, he's going
doing
over
the
there looking at
worm, like
it looks good. It looks good. So yes, big shout out to both of them. Those were 2 players that instantly came to mind as
dang,
well. So
dang.
yes.
Like I was over here. We had just like I had known of him, but we really got to sit down and talk. And I'm like, not the DIY recovery. Your insurance company was probably happy with you, sir. They didn't have to pay for that
Oh
surgery.
my God. Shit. Do you guys remember? I think it was last year or the year before that for the NBA playoffs. Someone spent like $100 on like an Etsy witch for them to like win the series.
No, I don't
No.
know.
Okay, never mind, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, he lost it.
Bad
Yeah, he
joke.
lost.
Bad joke. Yeah, sorry. All right. I'm locked back in. All right.
Okay, we lock in, please.
Okay, yeah, I could just cut that. Easy. All right, next question. Any players on new teams that surprised you? So for me, I kind of mentioned it already, but Katie on Invasion was a player that I was a little surprised to see. And I know Lovie said that she's playing with them for the rest of the year, and I saw that she was on their team for Minnesota as well.
I mean, oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Ash.
Um, no, go ahead, Lovey. Go ahead. I'm gonna pass it back
Why,
to
why
you.
are you doing that? I don't like to play
No, I'll
hypotheticals.
go. I'll go. No, you can go.
Hey, say it a women's business, Ryan. Say it a women's
Ashley, you
business.
can go. I'll pass it to you.
I think that okay, hear me out. Chosen, they played over the weekend, right? Was that
Yeah.
did they go as chosen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
yes, then I will 100% say that that team, and I know Randy was on that team as well. And
Yeah,
I thought he did good. You know, he's getting back into the swing of being in USA tournaments and USA rounds. And I thought he held his own
yeah.
over the weekend. So I think that would be one player that I'm going to be watching out for this year and someone that's going to continue to develop and grow. So,
I would
Lovey?
say I would say the same. Like, Randy, he's an athletic guy. Like he, has been working pretty hard. Like I know that he got hurt unfortunately, pretty recently, and now he's coming back. So like it was cool to see him out and making some good plays. And
Here.
he's up in New York too, so I'm not usually fond of New Yorkers, but he cool,
That's my twin.
respectfully. Your
We have the
twin.
same we have the same birthday.
Okay, I was gonna say not by look, huh? Okay. Anyways. I'm sorry, Ryan. You walked right into
No
that.
comment, no comment.
Yeah. You'll get yourself canceled on your own podcast.
yeah,
And
that was a setup. That was a setup. I hope
it's
you
a
know
setup.
that. You
No
We almost
comment.
passed.
did for it. You know me, I bait balls and podcast hosts
Right, right. And it's
Robbie,
still Black History Month, so be
at
careful.
all. You
no
got 3 more
comment.
days left. Just hold your tongue.
Robbie also has the same birthday as me, so I say that we're triplets.
Mm, Robbie.
But yeah,
Well,
no, I mean, I thought Randy played really well. Ashley, you were on the episode with Bo when we went over the USA rounds for this year, and that was my pick for Rookie of the Year.
yep, exactly. And I actually agreed with you. So definitely someone to keep eyes on. He's great at all ball types in my opinion too. So it'll be fun to see his growth this year.
Yeah, for sure. All right. How do you do, ladies? Like the new cloth rule?
Trash. I mean, just kidding. Ashley.
You can't say that and then pass it to me.
Why? I want to see if you agree, Pookie.
I mean, I
Right.
thought they were fine, I guess.
No, not you being. No, I'm just kidding. No, but in all seriousness, guys, I'm joking, right? I think that it is a good kind of soft launch to like intro to cloth for the United States. Like as far like the my only really big, thing is like the hard line at the play ball, like with it being 5 6. That's my only ground like gripe with it. But like overall, like I agree, like because it's a hard thing to introduce a new way of playing to somebody. It's like to a part of the world that has been so used to playing a certain way.
What do you talk about with hard line?
Hard line.
I thought you said hard line. I
Who
wasn't
said
sure if you
that?
I thought you said hard line. No,
Did I?
me.
Ashley,
Ashley,
type
am I
because I
tripping?
got blacked out.
I
Not gonna
did
lie.
hear it. I did hear
Hard
Okay,
it.
line.
I thought maybe it was like from the initial rush, like you can't go over that front line or something. I really don't know the cloth rules.
Scratch that chat. If I said that, I blacked out. My only my only qualm I meant, oh, I know now what I said. The hard line cut off at when they start playing play ball. When they start
Oh, okay.
hard line cut off as in like you get to 5, then it's play ball, no matter what, versus like it being a ref discretion, like that it usually is in worlds. The world's rules.
Okay.
Uh, I want to chime in on that. I think that because the play balls are so new for everyone, it's going to take some time to build consistency with making those
Exactly.
play ball calls throughout the year. And I felt like, if anything, it wasn't consistent. And I did see a lot of frustration from a lot of players that it wasn't, consistent. Some people weren't calling the play balls when it should have been called. Some people, their counts were too fast. Some people were doing full counts. So I think that it's going to take some time just for everyone to adapt. Because
Yes.
I do think it's important to have them in USA. I will say that regardless. Like it is important to have, especially when we're, competing across the country and we're playing against these teams. It prepares us for them, but because it's so new and especially when everyone's not acclimated to it, it was super wonky. So I think with time and with corrections to be made, it could be much more useful and helpful in the future. But for now, especially with it being for the first tournament, it was not consistent and it was frustrating. I will be open about that. So
Yeah.
When does the burden count start? Is it when all the balls are on the court and then you hear burden and then it's the silent 5 and then it's the rule 2?
The birding counts, I believe, when all the balls are on the court,
Yeah,
essentially, or at least within their like within your like
like
territory.
once
Kind
in a
of.
while, right? Because in the tournament, like the especially a lot of the guys, they'll launch that ball to Africa, so you got to wait for it to a little bit to come in, like before we start counting down because this shit's all the way in the cafeteria sometimes. So like it's you use your discretion as a ref, but it's
It's
usually
true. The
Yeah.
balls were kind of slippery, so I also felt
yeah.
like there were so many invalid throws over
Oh
the
man,
weekend. There were
invalid,
so
invalid,
many
invalid,
going
everything
up, going
up, down,
low.
side, like everything.
Yes. So
And then
yeah,
an invalid throw, like having to explain that, they're like, "What do you mean it's invalid?" I said, "It's invalid. Don't
Okay,
count."
settle this debate for me. Okay, I forget
All right. Oh,
I forget who was playing, but someone was the last one in, and this was between Garrett and I, Ashley. I forget who it was. There was a lady on the court. She launched the ball for anyone to catch it, right? No one caught it. It landed between three different people. And Garrett's like, that's invalid. And I'm like, how can that be invalid if three different people could have caught it? But no one chose to catch it, and it just landed between them. And he was saying that it's like it was further than 3 feet away from someone.
so to my understanding, an invalid throw has to be within a certain proximity of an individual wherever it lands. So if
mm-hmm.
you're saying if the ball went up, but it still was in proximity of people around, I personally wouldn't call that as an invalid throw. Now, if it went beyond them, I would count it as an invalid throw. I could be wrong. I did not take the ref test, so please don't quote
Ooh.
me on it. But
Y'all heard the chat. You heard
you
it
heard
here
it
first.
first.
You
You
heard
heard
it
it
here first.
first.
Now we got Team USA
I just
Ashley Elder and off-brand Ashley Elder too with you.
Yo, just put a
But
ball in my
this
hand and I
one,
throw it. I didn't make the rules. Just put the ball in my hand and I throw it. But
Oh
that's my
boy.
understanding of it. Lovey,
yeah.
do you disagree or do
I mean,
you?
so I feel like a lot of it too. Again, like if we're looking at the world's rules, it's up to intent. So I think that where Garrett was coming from, and I get his argument is like, oh, she probably just didn't intend for that ball to, land within, a reasonable range for folks to make a play off of it. So I see where that is, but if it like that's a hard one. I'd have to see it.
For me, like an invalid is like, okay, that was not going to hit anyone or anything. That person knew it. Everyone on this court kind of knew it. Like, okay, I need to call this warning. But I've had it in the past where like I've taken a ball and I've thrown it like 20 feet up in the air to someone to catch, and they're like, invalid. I'm like, invalid. Like anyone could catch that ball right now. How is that invalid? So
Right.
I don't know. Me personally, I think sometimes people get a little too cute with calling invalids, but I don't play call, so what do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
What's cloth,
yeah.
you know?
Definitely discretion. Definitely anything that's left for a referee's discretion is always very ambiguous. So, um,
Mhm.
but and that's on that. Anyways,
All right, next question. What's one matchup you guys didn't play in that was pure cinema?
respectfully, Ashley, invasion intellects. Respectfully, respectfully.
We're gonna see how many times Lovey slanders flex in this
I didn't
pod.
send flex. Like it was a good volley,
It was good. It was
and it
good.
was I don't slander flex. You get in trouble. No,
um
good volley. It was good to see, because I am a big fan of dodgeball's delta of talent, getting wider. Like it's not just like this team and everybody else, this team and everybody else. I like that everybody else is getting better and a rising, like I said earlier, Ryan, a rising tide lifts all boats in the sense that if we see the standard like Flex, if we see the standard like Hex, like all those teams are going to go get better because they're tired of getting absolutely dummied. And we're seeing a lot of those like upsets. And I like respectfully, Ashley, I like to see that because
no, no, you're not wrong. I was just playing.
because it makes us feel better. It's boring. Like,
Yeah.
it's boring if that doesn't happen.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's like it makes us better for TV. Then everybody gets to choose a side. Ooh, who's it gonna be? Invasion, Flex, like who's it gonna be? Hex, like Anarchy, da, 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 da. Like people get bought into that sports narrative and it makes it better and more marketable, to put on TV and to get in front of people.
Absolutely.
Ashley, you got one?
Um, circle back to me on this one. I can't think of anything right now in this time. But I'm gonna come back with this. So
Okay, I'm gonna go with. I'm trying to find the exact number here. Um, man, I want to say it was Fang and BCB. I think they were like a first round matchup for
That was
women's.
good too. That's my close second. Yeah.
That was one for me. And then the flights ADC semis. Uh, that was pretty close until it kind of wasn't. I think that second to last game they lost, and it was kind of GG's there. That's what I got. Ashley?
all right, so I'm gonna go Dem Birds. They're from Philly.
Oh
And
yeah.
then I can't. Do you know the name of the other team with
Duck and
Sarah?
Savages.
Duck and Savages.
Yes, Duck and Savages. That was a fun one to watch. And they were close. I know Duck and Savages had the lead at one point in the game, and then them Purge, they kind of turned it up a little bit, and they ended up clinching it and winning it at the end, and went into an OT, and then they won. So I'm gonna shout them out because that was a great matchup for both teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally agree. All right, moving on to the next segment, just some general discussion topics. All right, Lovey, we kind of talked about it, but you want to talk about it again? Getting dumped to Team USA?
Oh yeah, so I already talked about that. You already know, like I was in the gutter, made it through. So I think that we can, because I already told the story. And I just told my whole like, the lesson out of that is, to be a multifaceted human being and be open to trying new things because you'll never know, like where you'll end up, if you pursue something you're interested in.
Totally agree. Next bullet point: Malaysian ball block hot takes.
How do we feel about the Malaysian Black guys?
Ban it. Listen, I think hear me out. Like, I think it's fun, it's creative. Is it technically a part of the rules? Yes. I just think it's a little bit hard to see at the ref's eye. So if I'm a referee, and this goes for like, and I've seen multiple players do it. If I'm refing and you release quickly, like, and I can't see it, I'm gonna have a hard time making that decision on if it's a clean block or not. And you're putting that pressure on the referee to then make that decision, especially if it's in a high intensity match. That could be something that's a make it or break it type thing. So personally, respect to the players that do it, I am not in favor of the actual block itself.
Same. There has to be, like in order for something like that to be a part of gameplay, in my opinion, there's got to be a significant technological advancement of, how we referee games, how we, with replays, with, like with more eyes on the court, because it's hard to police in the current state, and I don't see a way of it, being okay in gameplay until that gap is made up, because people are gonna be like, no, Malaysian, like, and I'm like, how am I supposed to tell? In real time, it's hard.
It's tough. I know a lot of players do it. I know a lot of good players do it. In my personal opinion, and I'm just saying this right now, so all 8 people that watch Bromance, like you heard it here first.
Hey, 9. My mama's watching 9.
All 9 people. If I am reffing you and you Malaysian ball block and it is way too close, I am calling you out.
Yep.
You are a good player. Stop doing that shit. You can catch that person. You can slide your feet. You can make the throw. Do not leave it up to the refs to call you out. Like, you don't need to do that. And I get that it's a skill. I've tried it before. I've done it successfully. I would much rather just get the fuck out of the way or go for the catch.
Simple.
That's it. Cloth versus foam.
Cloth. Next question.
You heard it here, folks.
All 3 of us here agree.
All right, Ryan.
Okay.
No, I feel bad. I was kind of dumping on cloth a little bit with the Lovie one-on-one interview.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro. Like the cloth slander is crazy, especially in the United States. Like it's crazy. We're trying to, the Europeans been playing cloth. Like they've been playing cloth. Like why are we behind? I thought we were ahead. We're Americans. I thought we were supposed to be ahead, and that's how you get people to play cloth. You trick them and gaslight them into it. But no,
that's so true. Like, baby, it's fine. It's just the ball. Just go out there.
No, all I do is repeat cloth is fun until y'all do it, right? Like like that's just what it is, honestly.
Lovey has like 8 jam fingers, 3 concussions. She's like, I love
Yeah.
cloth. It's really
I'm,
fun.
I'm cross-eyed. I'm like, oh, let me
Cross-eyed and
do cloth.
everything.
Cloth is so fun.
Actually, I want to get your take on this because I feel pretty strong about this. And I was talking about this with someone this past weekend. So there's I believe six stops in USA, right? So there's two, two, and two. They have now changed Salt Lake from no sting to foam. I think next year, if they were to do 3 foam, 3 cloth, and just get rid of no sting, I think that they would get more teams to sign up. I think if they were to do 4 foam, 2 cloth, they would get even more. Because in my personal opinion, I think if you literally just go on Total Sports Hub and just look at the teams and the number of teams that are signed up for Minnesota, it is like 3 times the amount that showed up this past weekend in Tempe. And that is a scouting ground. But guess what? So was Tempe.
I think so. I see what you're saying. I think you're looking at it from a team standpoint and like a registration standpoint, which very important. I get that. I think if I'm playing like devil's advocate, like I think looking at it from the other perspective, having as as many cloth opportunities is important for players like me or Lovey or anyone that is looking to just continuously play cloth and develop. Because when you're giving less opportunity to play cloth for everyone, like we really don't get like cloth is not that popular in general. Like it's very hard to play it from a local standpoint. I know more leagues are developing it and they're trying to create more tournaments and stuff. But these are the tournaments that we need and that we look forward to be able to travel out to and play together. Because like realistically, the only time that I can play with like my teammates, very slim to none because they live across the country. So like from your perspective, 100% more competition, more popularity, more teams. A lot of people favor foam. I get that, but like in terms of giving opportunity to either educate more people on it or for people that don't get the opportunity to play it enough, I think it is important to have a little bit more of the cloth tournaments personally. But your
Yeah.
take is very valid, 100%.
Yeah,
Like I
I'm
do
like,
think,
your take makes sense, right?
yeah.
But you're leaving out all the people I'm about to gaslight into playing cloth. So like that could even out.
They
That's
always
fair.
say the second time is better. The first time is rough when you play claw, but the
First
second
time,
time they're always like, it's better. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
who's
just give
Cloth's
it
biggest
some time.
hater? If
Right.
cloth had no haters, I was dead.
Right.
Like I ended up really enjoying cloth once I learned how to play it properly.
I do
Agreed.
think that cloth has become a little bit more marketable with the rules. Like last year, I don't think I watched any cloth at all. Like any of the cloth tournaments. I mean, I didn't do any of them, right? So like, I didn't watch anything. But this year, I watched like pretty much the whole weekend. Like it was
Nice.
actually something I could sit down, kind of understand. 3 minutes, 5 seconds, like everyone's kind of running at each other, beating each other's faces. So I think it's a lot better to watch. I think you ladies are definitely right, especially since you guys are on Team USA. Like you guys need this experience and to play with your teammates and get to play against other people also on Team USA.
I mean, and I don't even mean to be this person, but ain't nothing like hitting a grown man at close range, bro. Like,
Or catching them.
oh my god,
Ashley,
thank you.
Ashley,
I'm bad. That's a hard call out, but yes.
Ashley.
I've been there too. I've been that too. It's so sad. But from close range, like it ain't nothing like that. You can't do that in foam.
That's true. No neutral zone.
No, the neutral zone is where I stay. Now that I know how to play. Before Mikey McGee was knocking me into outer space, but now that I know how to play, it's more fun for me.
All right, let's do questions from the people. Thank you to everyone who sent them in. First question from Jackie Spinella. Hi, ladies. You are both such amazing humans, and I'm so thankful to know you both. For both, name one of your funniest memories or bloopers from dodgeball.
I mean, I'll start. I personally don't really talk about like my local league enough, especially when I'm on podcasts and stuff like that. So I'd love to share a fun experience. But Jason Vaughn, Ryan, he's a great guy, amazing catcher. But me and him kind of were playing around and we made this like little deal, like, hey, like, I'm gonna hold my arms out and randomly during the game, why don't you go up and like just throw the ball in my hands, almost like a basketball type formation. So I remember this was like in the middle of the league. We literally were like everyone stop, pause the game. And I walked up, Jason walked up, and I just slammed the ball in his arms. And like, it was just funny because it kind of broke up the tension a little bit of the game. And like, just kind of that reminder just like that we're having fun. So I think that was instantly like the first thing that came to mind because like, you really can't do that at a USA tournament or anywhere else. So that's my fun blooper.
Lovey.
My fun blooper is a concussion.
I
National-
can't
na-
even take you seriously with your background right now.
hilarious now. Like I'm over here. So I was telling this story, in our Airbnb when we were trapped in Arizona, but essentially nationals last year, it was anarchy and because it's
I gotta
so
beat myself.
no, because it's funny, right? Because it was Anarchy and Brick Squad, right? So first play, like not even second set of the game, actually. Um, like I'm locked in, right? We only have 3 girls, right? So I'm like, I gotta make something shake. I played all the divisions like a dummy. And I'm tired. I'm putting it all out there literally, right? So Brick Squad makes the play call. Quan winds that shit up and absolutely domes me. I'm talking about knocking the sonic rings out of me. I'm talking about my ancestors probably felt that. I'm talking about my children will probably feel that. Okay. And it was simply I dodged the wrong way. It was the angle. It was, like I like fully could have gotten out the way, but somehow dodged into it. And when I tell you that I got up and I thought that Bill Clinton was the president, I thought that it was Tuesday, it was a Saturday, and my favorite color was four. Like I was pretty messed up, right? So now looking back at it, that was absolutely hilarious because I got right back up, cross-eyed, like, yeah, like let's go, get on the line because we
I
have
love cloth.
love cloth, love it so much. But I just gotta. That was when I tell chat, that was the third longest 30 minutes of my life, by far, longest 30 minutes of my life.
Yikes.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
had Michelle Barbaro. I was watching, and I'm like, "You a doctor, right?" And she was like, yeah. "Am I good? Cool." Got back out there, got it done.
She gave you the concussion test?
Sure did.
She's like, follow this.
Yep. And I'm like, I can see, but not really. So at one portion of time you see me giving up the balls, I literally was seeing two a quad. So that's why I couldn't quite make the connection to throw a ball. So I just started passing it out and just focusing on surviving. And I
Where was this?
in Nationals, New Orleans.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
Is this on stream somewhere?
Sure is. Watching the slow-mo, my boyfriend already does. Because he's a troll. He's very unserious people.
All right, another question from Jackie. For 500K, would you? No, I'm playing.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing it.
Anyways. Season it. Well, go ahead. Next.
I love my family. All right. What's something that you enjoy? Could be anything: food, drink, hobby, activity, etc. That you think people will be surprised by.
Oh, go. Oh no, go Ashley. Go Queen.
I'm gonna get out the way, but I personally, I feel like we got to end with you because you have such strong questions or answers. I play video games. Fun fact. So I think I've shared this before, but I have like a gaming chair and like a gaming setup. So I'm playing like all the time. Like that's just like my hobby. It's my escape. Outside of going to the gym or hanging with people, like I love to do that. So, Lovey.
I'm a Lego fan. Huge Lego fan. Let's see. I got my
You can see it in the background right now, Ashley.
oh, you can't see that because Ryan's family's in the way. But this is Starry Night. It's Ryan, your family's in the way of Starry Night. But just pretend that there's a Lego set here. There it is.
Whoa.
Yeah. Your baby's just in the way. So I'm a huge Lego fan. I collect them. I build them. I actually collect them, and like when they retire, they get like a certain value attached to them, so you can actually trade them like stocks. So like I'm very into that, like set appreciation and things like that. So
That's cool. All right, next question from Amanda Luce for Ashley. I'm so happy I was finally able to witness Cloth Tournament Ashley in real time. You're absolute cinema to watch on a court, and I physically couldn't yell any louder for every play you made. When things don't go your way, is there anyone you know you can turn to for hype and inspiration to get back in the game?
Usually in those moments, I will turn to my team, but I'll also try and turn to myself as well. I actually went through this a little bit in Tempe. There was a time, like throughout the tournament, where I hit like a little bit of a dip and I really wasn't hitting or executing plays. So me personally too, like I'll try and focus on something that like will kind of build me back up. So if I'm not hitting, for example, maybe I'll work on trying to like dodge a little bit better or making a good play or making a great catch. But also, if I can't do that for myself, like I said, I'll turn to my team and get some feedback from them. Hey, like, what are you noticing? What can I improve on? Things of that nature. So, don't be afraid to rely on your team and just kind of ask them for feedback. Because at the end of the day, you guys are working towards a common goal and trying to execute things together, and they want to be able to pick you up so that way you can get back into it and execute things. So that would be kind of how I, handle those situations.
Awesome. All right, next one. These are like essays. Okay. For Lovey, speaking of inspiration, hi,
You can't
Lovey.
read.
I've been reading
I'm
a
just
lot to my son,
kidding.
so it looks like I know how to read on this podcast.
I'm kidding.
Hi, Lovey. First off, thank you for bringing me back down from my nervousness this weekend and for reminding me I deserve to be there. I haven't known you for too long, but it's so obvious that you're a fantastic friend and teammate, and I'm looking forward to seeing you more. Have you
Oh.
always been that hype/pep talk woman, or did you have to learn that? Did you have to learn to have that mentality on your own?
So, like I feel like my kind of demeanor on the court and like with talking with people, I don't really mean to be like, the hype woman. I want people to see themselves like I see them. So anytime that you are out there stepping out there and trying something new, I know that was Amanda's first, cloth tournament, like from a very competitive standpoint. Like I want people to feel like they're that girl and lean on their strength. They're like, they're that them or they're that guy, right? Um, I know what it's like for people to tell me like that I can't do something, and I've tried everything I could to like not to pay it forward when somebody told me that I could do something. So when I talk with people, I let them be known that these are just people. They put their leg on pants on one leg at a time, just like you. They are no better than you. You can go compete with anybody. You might, and this is, I got this from Will Bethard, and I think it's beautifully articulated. You may not be better than someone, but you can always compete with them. So like you can get out there and compete with anybody, anytime, any day. They just may be better than you skill wise, have more experience, but you can go out there and compete. And that's like something that I try to repeat, like definitely to the new players, definitely to like folks that may feel that intimidated if they see a team like Flex or they see a team like Invasion, and they're like, "Well, I'm not there yet." Yeah, it might be true, but you can always go and compete with them. So I have that standpoint. I want people to feel good about what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, like when you step out there, that's a win.
Facts. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm delusional too. So like I want people to be as delusional as me. It gets you places, y'all. Like oftentimes goals are achieved not because you're the best. You're the person that went and got it instead of the people that were just back there thinking about it. Action will always be just thinking about it.
Totally agree. You got to step on the court with confidence. You deserve to be on that court just as much as they do.
You got out
Yeah.
there. You beat the person that didn't at home, respectfully.
It's like playing basketball. That hoop is an ocean every time you shoot.
Every single one.
All right, next question, last question from Amanda for both. Being two strong Black female athletes on Team USA, what advice would you give to young girls of color looking to get into sports? Love you both so much.
I mean, Lovey and I actually chatted about this a little bit, and both of us were two Black women that have gone to predominantly white institutions or have been in environments where we've been the only environment in a lot of spaces, whether it's during sports or in a classroom or just in with our friends in general. And my biggest piece of advice is to not let the color of your skin or your race stop you from doing anything that you want to do or do anything that you want to achieve. You know, when I play a sport, when I go into any sort of atmosphere, yeah, you know, am I likely to notice if I'm the only black person there? Absolutely. But that's not something that's going to deter me. Like, if anything, it's going to push me more. Like, I deserve to take up space. I deserve to be a participating member. Like, I work my ass off. I put the work in, you know. So if you feel like you are, you know, if you are a person of color and that's something that crosses your mind or that you think about from time to time, don't ever let that stop you from accomplishing any goal, whether it's athletically, physically, academically. You know, at the end of the day, like our skin, like it's just a color. That does not stop our what we can do on the inside or on the outside, you know. So for anyone that's listening or anyone that's watching, like just go out there and do what you need to do. If you need to lean on support or find resources, that's one thing. You can absolutely do that. Reach out to other people that may have been in similar situations and get some advice. But in terms of you, like contributing your own ability, like don't let that deter you or stop you. Like you are just as a valuable member and a valuable participant as anyone else.
Exactly. Like no notes on that. Like it's like my like part of the reason why, I believe I'm most successful is because my mom carried that mindset. Throughout my entire life, I watched her be the only in every space. I've watched her, my mother was a United States Marine, so one of the very few black female Marines in the 80s. Sorry to age you, mom, my fault. But that was really tough. That was tough conditions back then. So she raised me to like if you're the only one in the room, that is okay. Because at the end of the day, if somebody else sees you doing that and standing on business, then that's going to pave the way from everybody else behind you.
Beautiful. Well said. All right. Next day, and we are back. We ready to hop right into the questions?
Yes,
I've been
let's
ready.
do it.
Ready. I got your family in the back.
Still?
It's just me, Ryan, your wife, your baby, and me.
And the ball?
In the bowl, baby. All gas, no brakes. Literally.
Hell yeah.
Facts. All right. Next question from Mackenzie Wilson for both. Literally love you both so much. You both have amazing leadership qualities on and off the court. What advice would you give for someone who's trying to find their voice on the court as a leader? Who wants to start with this one?
I can start. So as far as finding your voice, I think, and this is with me, like, I by trade, I am an HR director and chief of staff. So like, if I'm putting that hat on, everybody has their unique leadership style, right? And like, I think when people think of leaders, they think of people that are always the loudest, the most boisterous, like the most outward, right? But a lot of times, the best leaders are the folks that lead from behind and tend to be more reserved and things like that. So I think as far as finding your voice, you have to find kind of what leadership style is authentic to you. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't try to mimic anybody else. Be you and lean into your strengths, and recognize where you may fall short. So finding your voice on the court, in my opinion, is all about that self-awareness and that utilizing your strengths to make everybody else better around you.
And
Ashley?
just to piggyback off that too, I mean, if you have something like if you think of something on the court and maybe someone hasn't mentioned it, like don't be afraid to just say that.
Yep.
At the end of the day, like especially when you're in a team and you're in the huddle, like everything you say that's positive is valuable, and not everyone is gonna think of something, right off the bat. Like you may think of something, like just go ahead and share it. I mean, worst case scenario, your team may not agree, which might be a rare occasion anyway, but like just speak up, everyone's input is valuable because at the end of the day, you guys are working towards that common goal regardless. So just don't be afraid to speak up.
Great answers.
Captain. You didn't have to be captain to be the leader.
Right.
Exactly. Everyone on the team should have a voice. And as a captain myself, I want to hear from everyone on the team. I may not agree with what someone has to say, but I want to hear everyone's perspective.
Absolutely.
Next question for Lovie from Mackenzie. What is the science behind choosing Cheesecake Factory for a post-tourney dinner and hating cheesecake?
Okay. So let me cook on this, y'all. Like, I am not a cheesecake fan, but I love the Cheesecake Factory, and I'm going to get into it, okay? Because I'm tired of these slanderous allegations and questions from Mackenzie. So if you think about the Cheesecake Factory, The Cheesecake Factory's menu is like the Bible. If you can't find something on that menu, that's tough because there's so many things on that menu. Large parties, it's super large. It makes you feel bougie at like Walmart prices. I love it. I love it there. It's so economical and it's great for large parties. Why would we not, as a team, go to the Cheesecake Factory after a match? Why would we not? Why would we not? That's the science and the economics behind me choosing the Cheesecake Factory, even though I hate cheesecake.
Actually, have you been to Cheesecake Factory?
Cheesecake Factory, yes, I have. It's fire. It's fire in my opinion.
Hello?
I've never been.
Wait,
Ryan,
I've never been.
Ryan, this is a
Ryan, we have one in
tragedy.
West Hartford.
I'm looking at one right now. Yeah, West Hartford. I've never been. I'm not a big go out and eat. I'm not a foodie whatsoever
You know, that
You're a
ain't the place
foodie?
for foodie.
Oh,
at all.
I'm
I
not
look at
judging.
food as energy. Like I'm hungry. Let me put some good food in
Exactly.
me
You,
and go work out or something like
you need
that.
that four cheese pasta. That is a recommendation.
So four cheese
Four
pasta.
cheese pasta. Okay. You're gonna be stuffed up for days, but it's worth it. It's
The
worth it.
Oreo Dream
Mm.
Cheesecake is my
Well, I don't like
favorite
cheesecake.
cheesecake. I
No
know you
cheesecake
don't
in my
like cheesecake, but for my cheesecake fans out there, Oreo Dream, that one's fire. That's my favorite one, hands
That sounds
down.
fire. I mean I like cheesecake. Just never been to the factory.
It's
But
great.
might have to change
It's on
that.
the list. It's on the
Yes.
list, Mr. McComb. That it's I might gift the pod with a chip cheesecake. Stay tuned.
Okay.
I guess you can bring the baby too. I don't know. I think kids eat free, so he can slide.
Oh, kids eat free?
I don't know. I'm gonna look that up. But if they
Okay.
do, he can come.
Okay.
If they don't, he gotta stay home, respectfully.
Yeah, facts.
He look like he eat a lot. We can't do that.
All right, next question. Which knee pads would you say are the most reliable on the court?
Mm.
Don't ask me that. I'm not on my knees enough on the court. So
I was gonna
on the
pause.
court, on the court.
Hey, we don't judge here. It's a safe space.
Listen, no,
I don't know. Like I'm a big fan of volleyball knee pads. A lot of I can't get behind the bulky ones, honestly, because then I just feel like Optimus Prime out there looking like a robot with all the gear. So I don't like to be like too boxy or too and plus like I like to be able to feel my outs. So can't be having
That's
these bulky
fair.
knee pads.
That's valid. Some people will be wearing knee pads and they look like they're framers or roofers on a house or
That's
something
what I'm
like that.
saying. I'm just like, do I look like I'm in the trades? That's stolen valor. If you have big knee pads and you're not in the trades, that is stolen valor.
Facts. I like the Ballast back in the day. I know that I think that they're still making them. They weren't making them for a while, but I like wearing white knee pads because I always wear like white leggings. Catapults are nice, but they're from Australia, I believe, and the shipping on it is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I wear, and they're not bad. That's what I got.
The
All right.
white knee pads during Black History Month? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm wearing different colored knee pads tonight,
For
Lovie.
legal purposes, that was a joke.
All right, next question. What has your experience been on Team USA so far, and what advice would you give to those who hope to make it in the future?
I'm gonna let Ashley cook on this because I'm new. I'm new here, guys. This is my first day out here. I don't know. No, but like let Ashley, you go first, and then I'll tag on.
Yeah, so like my experience overall has been really positive. I feel like I learned a lot of things just from, being a part of like the combine or the practices alone that I necessarily wouldn't have been able to pick up like just in general. If I'm going to give any advice to anyone that is looking to make Team USA, it's just a few things. Just make sure that you're training outside of regular dodgeball. I personally think it's important whether you're lifting, you're working out, you're doing stuff at home. I think that training is going to be extremely valuable because it translates onto the court. And then my second thing is just like, don't give up if you don't make it the first time. Like not a lot of times like you're not gonna make it like right off the rip, like, and don't let that deter you. Continue to build yourself, continue to practice, continue to grow. If you don't make it the first time, there's plenty of opportunity to make it in the future as well. So that would be my two main points of someone that's looking to make Team USA.
Yeah. I mean, just to piggyback off that, for somebody that is newer to the squad, and you know, just kind of shot my shot and happened to make the roster, right? Working like plus 3,000 to ask what Ashley said about training. Outside of just playing dodgeball, your body has to be prepared. Those are long tournaments, folks. Like our USA tournaments are long, but there's days long tournaments. You know, when we start going international, we start going to some of those larger competitions. So making sure your body is absolutely prepared is absolutely crucial. That and someone as like from a newer perspective, just being open to feedback and open to what the coaches have to say to you, right? You know, you may be a corner in on your team. You're not going to be a corner on Team USA. Sorry, respectfully, right? Like you got to be able to play everywhere. You know, you got to be able to do your job. Because at the end of the day, those folks are looking for solid contributors that can go out there and do their job what they're told and make big plays.
And watch film of yourself too. Like that's a really big thing. When you're watching film, pay attention to what you're doing on the court, what's working, what's not working, and then like what are other people doing as well. Like continue to evolve and study the game, your own game, other people's game, because that's how you're gonna grow. So I just wanted to add that as well, because that when
Yep.
you said feedback, Lovey, that instantly made me think of that as
Yep.
well.
Feedback is huge.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask
Filter.
for it, not even just from
Yeah.
coaches too, but other people in general, like
Yeah.
other
True feedback.
players. That's huge too. Hey, like how can I contribute? Like how can I improve? Don't be afraid to ask those questions either.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm always an open book if anyone ever wants advice or something for me to watch over. But I have one other thing that I want to add. Well, two things. First thing, if your series is like 45 minutes, it does not take you 45 minutes to watch that series. You need to stop, rewind, watch it back. It should take at least an hour.
Absolutely.
Second point, I feel like I've heard it a lot this year or I guess 2025, that a lot of people's goals is to make Team USA. And I'll ask them, what's your other goals? Like, what's your goals to lead to that goal? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, what do I mean? What do you mean? Like, it wasn't my goal to just make practice squad. I had 50 goals before I even got there. So have small little baby step goals that you can achieve and see progress. And then eventually, okay, cool. Like, let me consistently travel the country. Let me go win a tournament. Let me try and improve myself and get on a better team if that's what I want to do. Let me win a round, even if it's let me win a smaller tournament. Let me win, a round of USA Dodgeball, and then let me try and make Team USA.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Next question. We got a few from Sam Sayward. What shows are you currently watching right now?
Mm-hmm.
I am still getting through Stranger Things. That I started that back in December, and I feel like I'm watching an episode every like 2 or 3 weeks. It's a slow part on my end. I did finish Heated Rivalry. That was a good show. But in terms of anything current in this time frame right now, Stranger Things is the only thing. So,
Lovie?
I don't watch TV like that, so I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm rewatching Scandal because that's how I'm feeling right now. It's handled. It's handled. Like I'm trying to get myself in the mindset of Miss Olivia Pope. Way more ethical, though. I don't kill people. I don't kill people. I'm just putting that out there. At FBI, I don't kill people. At CIA, but I love just the attitude and the demeanor, and that's one of my favorite shows. So it's a rewatch for me right now.
Okay. I'm currently watching the New York Knicks 2025-2026 season.
Good luck to
Knicks.
Lovie, do you watch basketball like that?
Of course.
Okay.
I'll slum it and watch men's basketball every once in a while. But WNBA is kind of where I'm at. But I will pay attention to the men every once in a blue moon. They really need the support. So I just want to provide it.
For Celtic fans.
It's all about growing the sport, and I think the men could use our support.
Was it Hartford Sun, right? They're moving to Boston.
Connecticut Sun.
Connecticut Sun, yeah.
Pending because the WNBA commissioner is my biggest op in my head. She has no idea who I am, but she's an op. And she's blocking that sale. So that's a whole nother side rant for probably another podcast.
Facts. Next bromance podcast, tune in.
Exactly.
It's just gonna be you and Meredith about conspiracies.
Birds aren't real. Anyways, next question.
How do we feel after Tempe? How was the experience? How do you guys feel you played?
I'll go first on that one. So the experience was good, scouting around. So, just being able to, my biggest goal for this round in particular was to show, the coaches, because I'm on the practice squad, that I am not the same player that they saw. Not even a month ago, not even in Mexico, not even last time they scouted me, right? So I really took everything, all the feedback, worked on my game, and I wanted to display. I used that as an opportunity to display that. One of the things that I was told I kind of lack is one, moving like an athlete. And I know that I touched on that in part one, moving like a dodgeball athlete versus a track athlete in a Gucci belt. And also, working on my offense, being more offensive, because I tend to play more defensively. So I think that I executed that pretty well. Took some real time feedback. The teams that I played with, Onyx and Pitch Black, we took a little bit to get started, but in the bracket play, we really started to put it together. Like that is, those teams, just for some context, tend to play more foam. So like getting used to those new cloth rules was kind of rough in the beginning, but their execution was solid in bracket play.
Ashley?
My main goal and like my team's main goal is to do well at Worlds, right? And fortunately, a good number of us are on the USA Women's Cloth team, or want to stay on that team, whatever that is. Like, we want to get there, right? And so in Tempe, like, did we do the best? No, absolutely not, right? And if we played how we played at Tempe, like we do at Worlds this year, we're gonna get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So, if anything, it was a big learning lesson for us on like how to improve and how to move forward. And obviously, again, second place wasn't ideal, but good on Invasion for killing it and doing well. But if anything, they taught us how we need to get better. At the end of the day, these tournaments teach us how we need to get better. So overall, like, I am grateful that we went to Tempe and we had the experience and we played. I love seeing a lot of my friends that I haven't seen in a few months. I love the community within itself. I can take a loss. I'll take the loss in Tempe before I take that loss in Thailand at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, it was a moment of growth for us on how we can improve and get better. So that was my experience in Tempe alone. It was needed, and I just want to grow. So
Great answer.
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
It's like the most positive way to look at it, but that definitely is the right way to look at it.
Yeah.
But I could definitely tell you did like PR classes or something.
See?
It's the college athlete. I'm telling you, they be training us because we can't just be saying anything on TV. Like, it's crazy. Like, they should train us.
I'll tell you how I really feel. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, they'll be all like, oh, like, we'll be at the presser, and how do you really feel? Well, I'm hungry, and da-da-da. No, they train us.
No, actually, it's 5 buzz balls deep. She's like, this is actually how I feel.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, ask me that question tonight at the bar.
Okay, bet. Sometimes I'll like listen back to an episode, or I'm like, dude, sometimes you're way too loose. Like you gotta learn some PR classes, or I don't know what, but
Okay, we'll media train you too, Ryan.
okay, perfect. Tonight. All right. Next question. You are both so involved in your. Oh my gosh, nope. Back it up. You both are involved in dodgeball leadership. What are you excited about for your respective leagues?
Ooh, yes. I can start this one off because I am just so excited about Boston Dodgeball League. I'm so excited. I was blessed enough to be able to join the board as the chief operating officer. About, I think, like, it's been 6-7 months already. What Abby's built has been incredible, and I'm just very dedicated to getting it to the next level. Like, I want leagues. I'm just doing crazy stuff. I'm doing socials. I'm doing, like, I would do dodgeball in space if I could, right? Like, if Elon Musk slid me a little something, I know, Elon, we ain't, but I'll still take money from him. If he slid me a spaceship, we would be playing foam in space. That's the kind of thing I want to be on, because I really do care about, our sports and things like that. So I feel very good about just growing Boston Dodgeball League as a whole, expanding out to the rest of New England, partnership with Connecticut, as well as growing the cloth scene out here. the cloth agenda will always be at the forefront of my mind. Sorry. Love cloth. I think that a lot of folks would also love cloth. Just being able to provide a steady space for people to get better, grow, and also be social.
Ashley?
I mean, Lovey said it, couldn't have said it any better, but just to add on that, and especially in Connecticut, just overall growth in general for dodgeball in Connecticut. I mean, I play in so many different leagues at this point, and if I can take as many people from those leagues and show them what we do and why we do what we do and why we love it so much, I mean, that's exactly what I want to do. You know, I was talking with some Philly girls over the weekend, and they told me they had 80 individuals in their she-they league alone,
Yep.
just their she-they
Goals.
league. That is
Goals.
incredible,
Yeah,
absolutely incredible.
we're gonna stop and we're gonna give Sam Sawer her flowers on that. 80-80, y'all. Like, come on. I model
Those
so
numbers.
much of my She They League on Sam's.
Yeah. Even the same with New York. I mean, Katie Foreman, like all the surrounding areas, they're doing so well. And I want the same for us. I want the same for Boston. I want the same for Connecticut. I just want people to know how important dodgeball is and how much fun it
Mhm.
is and how much they can learn and grow, not only as athletes, but as individuals as well. I mean, I met some of my lifelong friends through dodgeball as well, you
Yeah.
know? So, at the end of the day, if I'm able to help contribute and help grow the sport within itself and, spread that popularity, I'm happy with that personally. So,
Yeah. And
Hmm.
just a last point I want to make is just like, it's not just about dodgeball, it's about life too, right? So like being able to see somebody's confidence grow week after week after week, showing up to league is one of the biggest and greatest joys that I have, right? Because who knows, they have the confidence to take that counter during dodgeball, they'll have the confidence to ask for that raise at work, and then their whole entire life is better. So that stuff carries over into people's real lives, and that's the most rewarding aspect for me personally.
For sure. And Lovey, you kind of talked about it a little bit. Obviously, Ashley and I and Garrett and Audrey have to get our first season, up and running. But it has been a thought in my head, and I have had talks with people about possibly running stuff in Connecticut because Connecticut is the perfect central point between Boston and Long Island. So,
You ain't wrong, King. You ain't wrong.
hmm, hmm.
You ain't wrong, King, because it is Connecticut. I'm gonna leave that alone. But I do see a collab in our future for sure. But we're just gonna have to vet it through a few layers. You're my board.
It's gonna take Lovey like 3.5 hours to get down to Connecticut tonight.
And I'm gonna do it every time for y'all, okay?
Don't let Garrett hear that. He's gonna be like, sign up for Monday League now.
Monday, okay, now y'all wilding because I got work for real. I love this, but at the end of the day, like I need my check every other Friday. So I'll do as much as I can.
Okay, I appreciate it. The Fridays are nice, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Next question, last question actually from Sam Sayward for Lovey. I'd love for you to share your experience at the Galentine's tournament.
Sam, girl, no notes. No notes. It ran, not only did it run on time, it ran ahead. No notes. The competition was high, the vibes were high, set up, tear down, seamless, no notes. Stream was good. We got a lot of good footage. My experience in particularly as far as from a gameplay standpoint, I took a lot of newer folks, so I played on a team called Sirens, and we had a lot of last minute drops. So I brought some newer folks that wanted to kind of experience travel but had never traveled before. So I brought a few girls. One girl's name is Megan, which y'all saw. She was catching everybody on the stream. Shout out to Megan. We don't know where she's at right now. But she'll be back. She has a very important job. Shout out to Rachel Garland, Julia Stevens. Those are the folks that I took with me, and they had a good time. I saw their confidence increase, and their decision making become sharper as the tournament went along. So if I were to describe Philly Galentine's Day, absolute perfect environment for, female identifying dodgeball players to get together and get better and get that tournament experience. And I'm very thankful for that experience. And I hope to see another.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think everything that Philly Dodgeball does is exceptional, and the streaming that they added this year or last year, I know that Tom had a big part in that, and I have nothing but good things to say about Philly Dodgeball. I'm excited for their future and everything else that they're gonna come up with because they come up with some really good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next question. We got a few from Dan Hood. What play that you are part of sticks out to you as the most memorable in your career? Let's start with Ashley
Ooh.
first on this one.
Oh my gosh. All right. So this was Ryan, you were actually a part of this, and I will
Oh
always
man, is it the face shot?
no, no, no,
Okay.
No, that's me.
no.
Some
No, it
mixing us
was
together. We don't look the same, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
no, it was when we traveled together as a Connecticut crew, and I think it was a tournament in Long Island. I think it was 2 years ago, back in the summertime. And it was like our team versus actually Boston. And it was like a really good match. It was competitive. And it gets down to just like me, and then there's two others on the court. It's Alex from Boston and then Dave. And it's no sting, so I have a ball in my hand. I throw it at Dave. I get him out, and now it's like a 1v1 between us. And right beforehand, I was talking to like Alex, and I'm like, I'm gonna catch somebody out. Like I'm gonna catch someone out. So I throw the ball at Alex. I miss. He picks the ball up and he throws it at me, and I scream right before the catch, and I get the catch, and it ends the game, and we won the entire tournament. But honestly, that's probably one of my most favorite plays, hands down. And that was before my whole like Team USA journey. Like I think that sticks out to me because that was when I was really on the up and up with dodgeball. Like I was really building my confidence at that time. I was really kind of falling into that player who I was, and I think the confidence component for me was there. So that would be like my most standout play personally. Yeah.
Wait, Ash, was that when you were still playing with the glasses on?
Yes, and I
Yep.
actually had
Yeah,
my broken glasses that
y'all
Ryan
ain't
broke.
y'all ain't real Ashley Elder fans if you don't remember the broken glasses Ashley.
The broken glasses, Ash. I had the
Yeah.
tape around the frame.
Yep. Y'all know goggles Ashley. We know broken glasses Ashley. We're
Yeah.
not the same, baby. Her shit was always like this.
Yo, yo.
Yo, imagine if Ashley was wearing that for semi-pro, and half a bottle of Crown Royal down. Nate's like, "Yep, I don't think she heard us.
Down bad. I'm down bad.
I don't think she heard us, Ryan. I'm gonna take the throw here."
Cockeyed and can't see is crazy.
It's like discovering a band before they go mainstream. Yeah, I knew broken glasses Ashley.
That was a great tournament though, and I remember that too because Ashley, I think you just made the practice squad, and
Yes.
we surrounded you, and we're like jumping up and down. We're like, USA, USA.
Glasses all bent up out of shade. I'm like,
USA.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're having too much too unserious. But I think for me though, it was most recently, right? Like it was just a heartwarming moment. So it was actually the final in Mexico when it was me and Will Bethard, and we were in the final against Canada, and he he threw a ball, like it was the original call was kill right, so both of us throwing at the same time. He threw, and I made a last minute decision to lag, because I'm just a gremlin like that. And I ended up hitting him to close it out, because I just made a last minute decision. And he goes, "There we go. That's what I'm talking about." He gives me a big hug, and that was just so wholesome for me, because at the end of the day, like it was kind of like a nod, because we had talks about my decision making and like my like knowing the game. And he said, "You when you get more experience, you're gonna have more of a feel, for the game, and you're going to know how to make those last minute calls." And I just went for it, and I was successful. And it was so great to see, like like him like recognize that and recognize me, and we just like had a hug, and it was awesome.
Awesome. Next question, another one from Dan Hood. Pretty similar question. What tournament that you were part of was your most memorable?
I mean, Ash, I feel like we gotta talk about this one, bro. Like,
Oh, the recent Tempe round?
yeah, I feel like
Oh my gosh. You know what? Yeah, we were on a whole journey.
we
I
were
mean, this
on one.
entire weekend, from getting there to ending it. I mean, the tournament itself was fine. But then on Saturday, Lovey and I found out our flights were canceled. So we were over here like, oh man, we gotta figure something out. After what was that was Saturday, right?
No, that was Saturday. But we were like still like, oh no, like they'll put us somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
But then Sunday came around, we're like, oh baby, we stuck. Oh, ain't no
those
flights.
those one ways were like $3,000. So we're
Oh,
like, I would rather stay in Arizona and live there before I flew back home at that
exactly. I was about to
point.
get an Arizona ID.
Right. So yeah, we ended up figuring out a game plan. Thankfully, we have Lovey here. Lovey is type A. She got it down, but
A
I'm
plus.
type B. So I'm very we'll figure it out,
No,
we'll go with the
literally.
flow.
As soon as our flight got canceled, because we were on the same flight, I said, let me find Ashley, because she ain't she gonna be sleeping under a bridge. So let me find Ashley and let me try to figure something out for us.
I love you on the dodgeball court. She's on the sidelines with her laptop already whipped out. Already got a handle, baby. Already got us a place to stay. I'm like, thank you, Lovey. Like, just thank you.
Oh, damn.
She's got it down packed. I
Oh,
was like, where do you want to stay? What kind of thread count do you want?
No. Okay, so let me tell you about you're gonna put some respect on my name. So everything sold out, right? Because not only is it us there, there's also I think like a music festival and spring training that was there.
Oh, yeah,
Everything sold out.
You're right.
Because I went to my usual suspects, right? I'm a Marriott girly all day, right? All day Marriott. Everything's booked up that night. And I'm like, oh my God, I guess I got to go extended stay, right? But like those tend to be like a little nicer. I get there, child, it was a Roach Motel. I was so mad. Thread count was low. Bed was uncomfy and lumpy. Sunflower seeds on the floor. Child, get me out of here.
Flies in the drain. I mean, even me, I was kind of like, what's going on here?
I was like the ghetto. I am so sorry, Queen. I'm so sorry that I took you to that establishment because we had to go, Ryan. I don't know where we were going, but we had to go. So I stayed up until 3 a.m. tweaking. I'm on my phone trying to find an Airbnb because everything's booked up, right? And I finally stumbled upon this super nice place and I put a deposit down faster than I run the rush. And I said, we have to get out of here. We have to get out of here. I don't know, like we're gonna go. And they're like, I was like, can I check in now? They said no. I said, great, I will see you at 8 a.m. sharp. So we went to the Waffle House.
Well, okay, what day was this? Was this like Thursday?
This was Monday. This was Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to the Waffle House. Ashley was scaring the whole crew down back there.
Trying to figure out where the sugar was. I was trying to look at the waitress. I was staring her down and I scared the crap out of her. I'm like, I'm just trying to get some sugar. She's like, oh shit, I thought you were trying to rob me and I'm like, no, I swear sugar.
Is the Waffle House out in Arizona like that too? I feel like they're all kind of in questionable areas, and you go there at questionable times.
1,000%.
The more ghetto, the better your food. That's just what it is.
Exactly. If I don't have at least three felonies on that grill, I'm walking right out. Okay, because you're not going to get the real experience.
You order your food, and they're like, "All right, get the fuck in the kitchen and start making it."
Right.
Exactly. If I don't get a chair launched at me at some point, why did we even go?
Yeah, I'm trying to slap box the line chef.
Yeah,
Lovey, I feel like when
their car insurance, it was great.
I feel like when you go and you look at like hotels, I feel like the first thing you do is you hit the filter and it's like what the bed sheet count is.
So no, actually I look at the amenities first. Thank you. I see if there is in like laundry, pool, like, you know me, I'm a huge amenities girly, so because I came from the bottom, and I'm not going back. People are like, oh, you forgot where you come from. Hell yeah, I did. Wipe it from my memory.
That's fair.
Not going back.
We are never going back.
And I filter by stars too. I didn't do that this time, and you saw my fatal flaw.
That's fair. I've stayed in some questionable hotels in the last year or two. Some of them it's like, this person orders it and we're staying together. But I was in Seattle last year and low key, bro, there was a situation. I will not say it on the pod. There was a situation at like 2 a.m. in the other room. And I was like, yo, I'm actually scared here. Like, I think I need to call the cops.
Dang.
Bad type shit.
Yeah, you gotta. It started with the thread count. Now everybody mad. Just saying. It's a good night's sleep. If you don't have that, some people go off the deep end. Just saying.
Facts. All right. Next question. I asked yeah, I just asked that one. A few questions from Claire. What do you think of the new USA Tourney updates?
We touched on it a little bit, but I can see the direction that USA is trying to head in, and I see the goal, I see the vision and stuff. But I'll just, share my recent experience once again, and that was just with cloth. I thought everything was okay. Just again with everyone still needed to get acclimated to the burden count and the play
Yeah.
balls. That's pretty much it. If we can get that down packed and if we can really work on that, I think it'll be smooth sailing personally. But those are kinks that we just need to work out along the way. I know a lot of people were frustrated with it. A lot of people were new to it. A lot of people didn't even know what a play ball was until that, you know what I
Hmm.
mean, until that tournament. So, right. So it's just a matter of building consistency. I think consistency is key, for this year. So
Lovey.
Yeah, and like as far as like tournament structure, like plus one to everything I just said on kind of like the rules tournament structure, definitely do like the like not one and done bracket. Because you're playing much more dodgeball. And even though I was like, oh my God, I'm tired of this, grandpa, it was still great, to be able to get out there and play because you saw a lot of teams, especially for the free agent, from the perspective like the free agent teams or the teams that haven't played together, you get to see that chemistry build. And then it like in the past when you stop at the bracket, like if you get out, like that's it, right? Versus like you're able to go on to another bracket and keep working on those things, so it feels, I'm a huge fan of the updated format because the matches are longer. You get to play more than once in the bracket. And it just gives you more time because we all go out there to work on things, to have fun and work on things. So it gives you more time to do that.
You guys have any advice for how maybe USA can get people to stick around and watch the finals? Because I feel like people that were watching it, like a watch party, like for example, I think we had like 10 to 15 people in our watch party. There might have been more people in the watch party with me watching it in the gym than in the gym. Like it was
Mhm.
insane.
I feel like it has a lot to do with the venue selection, right? Because the venue, like, there was barely enough room for the athletes to sit, right? So, like, I feel like it's very dependent on the venue. And also, I just like, and I'm being very honest, I think USA Dodgeball needs to do a better job of kind of, rallying the troops a little bit and incentivizing people to stay.
in
Like snacks. I need some food. Like if you give me some lemon pepper wings, I'm watching the finals, baby.
Yeah, honestly, I was about to say the same exact thing. Like engaging with the crowd, like in Toronto, like they had a whole mic pulled up. They're like,
Yep.
"Are you ready for the finals?" And we're in the crowd,
No
like,
way.
"Yeah," what I'm
What?
saying? Yes,
We need
yes. Like
hype.
if USA was, there, they got the crowd together, got the crowd hype. They're throwing out like, you know what I mean, some souvenirs, some towels or something. Like I'm gonna be waiting there till halftime trying to get my souvenir. I want to
Swear.
snatch up a towel to take home with me on my trip back. So if they did something like that to really engage with us, because like we're tired. We want to
Yeah.
go home. And like I think that's what a lot of people are dealing with. It's not matter of the fact that they don't want to watch. They're just probably like really tired and they want to be done at the end of the
Right.
day. So if you like you said, if you're giving out snacks, maybe some Red Bulls, throw out a
Yep.
towel or two or
Everything.
something like. I know with me personally, I'm more likely to stay and watch versus just kind of being like, all right, like nothing is there for me anymore. Like I'm just gonna head out. So I think
Right.
that's the difference personally.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. All right, next question. What are you hoping to see for the Team USA World Kits this year?
I'd love to be swagged up. I would love maybe like a hoodie or something or a zipper, something with a zipper, maybe some joggers. I love joggers. Yeah, so those would be fresh. Um, that's pretty much it. Maybe a headband.
I mean, yeah, I let Ashley cook on that because I'm just happy to be there. I don't care if I'm wearing a trash bag, baby. I want to go to Worlds.
Same, Lovey, same.
Hey, listen, like, girl, you can throw me out there with a trash bag on, and I'm gonna compete my best for you. I just want to be there, right? But plus one to what Ashley said, like I'd like to see that. Just the warm ups, like backpacks, like just like little things, like even some stickers. I'm a huge sticker girly, so you know, those are little things.
Okay. All right. Next question. Favorite current WNBA player and why?
Ooh, and you're gonna make me choose?
Give me
Can
your
I?
top three. Top three.
Ooh, okay, hold on.
We'll switch
I
it for Lovey.
I have three.
All right,
Let me.
Ashley.
All right. Asia Wilson, that's a
Okay.
non-negotiable. That's the GOAT. That's the GOAT right there. Breonna Stewart. And then this is a hot take for my third, but I really like Marina Mabrey from Connecticut. I think
Oh,
she's an
crash out queen.
absolute, she's a crash out. She's an
Crash out queen.
absolute dog. So that would be my top three.
Is she like Dylan Brooks?
She's like she is, no, she kind
Nah,
of
she's
reminds
worse.
me,
Don't do that. She's worse.
Lance
she,
Stevenson?
maybe, yeah. She's not like a dirty player in terms of like, she'll fight you. Like
She
if
will
you
fight you.
irritate
No
her, she'll turn
hesitation.
around, she'll square up and she'll fight you. And she'll score a bucket on top of that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like that's the energy that she gives off.
Okay. Isaiah Stewart. Lovey?
So active players are like, so I'll go active first, and then I'll give an honorable mention to my goat. So Asia Wilson, hello, like most dominant player ever, can do everything literally. Haven't seen a player like her since Candace Parker. Kia Stokes, underrated, very solid guard. And this is hard. This is so hard. I love them all.
No Caitlin Clark? No Angel Reese?
Too new. Too new.
Okay.
I need a track record from those ladies. They just got there. Love watching them, but I'm talking about my favorites now, like it's sustained success.
Mhm. Sabrina?
Yep, that was my third.
Oh,
That's,
okay,
yeah.
okay. That's a
Yep,
good one.
Serena, that's you.
I thought one of you guys was going to mention Paige Buchers.
So she would be my honorable mention as a rookie player coming into the league,
Mhm.
100%. And then if we're talking like an old GOAT, Diana Taurasi is
Diana
like my
Taurasi,
GOAT.
thank you.
Yes, DT, you already
That's
know,
my
Lovey.
goat
Let's go,
because she
DT,
was.
baby.
I don't think you guys get it. Diana Taurasi, like all this girl, like this new, like oh, girls talking shit, girls. She was doing that before it was cool. She was early
Yes.
2000s in the baggy pants, just talking shit before like people normalize women, and it's still not normalized. Women out there talking their shit. She was doing that before. It was a trend.
She
That's
talked
my
the
Mike,
goat.
shit, and then she let her game talk the shit for her as well.
Exactly.
And that's just boss energy. That's boss energy. So
He said, "Watch,
that's
I'm
a
about to do
queen.
this three. Boom, got you
Yes.
on the back end, talking out the side of her neck, leading technical foul, of all time, leading technical fouls. Yes, look it up.
leading technical fouls of all leading technical fouls.
Yep.
Okay. I thought you guys were going to say either Diana Taurasi or Sue Bird.
Sue Bird's a good one too.
Yeah, she's
She's like
solid.
the ultimate point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can go on and on about these players, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Next question. If you had to pick one, Black History Month or Women's History Month?
Now,
Who
why
asked
would
that
you do that?
question?
Claire.
Now, why would you do that?
I'm not going to lie. I didn't
Either
read
way,
all
you
these
get
questions,
canceled.
and I'm just like, what?
Either way, you get canceled. You know what? I'm going for it. Ashley, I'm going for it. Black History Month.
Exactly. Yep.
I'm going for
Exactly.
it because one,
Yes.
Dr. Umar is not about to come for me, and two, like if I were to pick one, it's got to be Black History Month.
Both histories are important, like don't get me wrong, but I think the history for behind Black History Month is a little bit more significant for us because of just like how our ancestors like it goes far far far
Oh,
far far back.
1000%.
So and it's not like I'm choosing Black History Month by landslide by any means because being a woman is important. Like I embrace my womanhood, don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but like I still would choose Black History Month at the end of the day personally.
Okay. We got our
Okay,
answer. Next question. Yeah, this is the last one from Claire. Which non-USA tournament are you looking forward to this year? Example, BDL, Throwdown, The Thing, Squid, FDC, etc.
I'll go BDL, Juneteenth.
the Juneteenth tournament, baby.
Juneteenth. That's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be different. Yeah, it's a different spin, a different take on it. I'm super excited to just see like who comes and who supports and who shows up and who balls out. And then following Cloth the next day, that's a dream weekend for me. That's a dream weekend for me. So I had to share that personally with
I
Lovey on the pod
appreciate that,
too.
Ashley, because I'm putting my foot in this, man.
You
Like
sure are.
everybody's getting, to go plates, like,
Yes.
this is gonna be the blackest show on earth, okay? And it's not like, in all seriousness, right? Like, when we think of Juneteenth, like, I think of it as joy, as resistance, because there are a lot of our ancestors past, there's a lot of things that have happened, a lot of tragedies, and I see Juneteenth as an opportunity for us to all come together and just be in jubilee and be in joy and enjoy each other. And what better to do that through our favorite sport, through some good food, through some line dancing, and through possibly some spades, depending on
Oh,
how hot the stakes get. So I want people to come out. Ryan, you better come out and get a plate, baby. We got some collard greens for you.
I want a game of
On the back
spades
end.
at halftime. At the
Spades
half.
at halftime. It's
I
gonna
want to
be a good
fight
time.
somebody. I want to fight somebody before we hit bracket play.
Exactly. I want to slap the card down on the table before we get to the
bracket. Big joker, little joker, two spades, like all day. I'll slap her all down. Let's go.
Boom, bop, bop, beam, beam, beam. No, it's gonna be an event, guys. That was my answer as well. Like, not to toot my own horn or like be a self promoter, but like, I am so excited for that event, to be able to share not only, because it's going to be a inclusive event that includes highlights from Black history, specifically with Black athletes. So people can get a little bit of education. People are having fun. People are eating good, and we're playing our favorite sport. And they can't ask for anything more.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll definitely be there. I'm looking at the weekend that it is, and it's almost my wedding anniversary. But
Yeah.
I think
And it
I
is
can make
Father's
it.
Day weekend. You can bring your baby too. We'll give him a plate.
Oh, fair.
We'll blend them up some collard greens. Can he
Kate
eat
is
yet?
gonna tear up some
Yeah.
collard greens, bro.
Yeah,
All right,
he is.
like,
Yeah, he is.
how many teeth he got? Because I gotta see if I gotta blend the chicken.
Oh, he's got like 7 or 8 teeth.
All right, let's go.
I'm about to sign his ass up too.
Fried chicken smoothie. I will do it. I'm a woman of the people.
Fried
Ryan.
chicken smoothie is crazy. No, sounds like it's a good time. I'm definitely gonna be there.
Amazing.
I was also talking to Bo about this because I knew about the tournament beforehand, but none of the captains. And I was like, hey, if you guys are looking for captains, like, don't be afraid to reach out. And he's like,
yeah, respectfully, respectfully, we're doing all Black captains, but if you show us something from 23andMe, Ancestry.com, like then maybe I'll consider, let's see if you got that 1% African.
That
1%. No comment.
Next question.
Yeah, next question. A few questions from Connecticut. Rachel. I'm sorry, Rachel. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. It's something crazy. It's what?
Kostapowicz.
Rachel Kostapowicz. OMG, my faves. First off, I would like to say I am blessed to have met you both so early in playing dodgeball. You're both so inspiring and supportive. My questions are for both of y'all. What made you try dodgeball and what made you stick with it?
I mean, y'all already know my story. I got dumped and I needed a hobby, okay? Because I was boring and I was sad. But I was skinny though.
T, right?
Body T. You already know. Body twisted T even. So what made me stick with it was the community. I had never really had a community like that. And I don't know, Ashley, if you can kind of relate to this, but in my college athletic experience, there wasn't, like, for me in particular, it wasn't really a community. I had my teammates, I had my friends, on campus, but it really wasn't just a community like dodgeball was. And that's what made me stay around that, and being able to, like, me being an absolute competitive gremlin and like being obsessed with being the best that I can be at anything that I touch. Like, I am out to be the Serena Williams of everything I touch. And dodgeball fostered that for me. And I just so happen to be in an environment where I can foster my skill set. So that's what made me stick with it. I initially got here because I was sad, skinny, crying and throwing up. And now I'm here blessed, and able to play my favorite sport with all my friends and sometimes my partner, even though he's trash. Anyways, it's love you, baby, but no.
I want to piggyback off your comment too, because you made that a good point about being, as a collegiate athlete. But like, we both participated in track, which, yes, in theory, it's a team sport, but it's an individual sport. At the end of the day, we're competing with our, for ourselves. I mean, when I'm walking into that throw circle, it's just me in that circle. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? When Lovey's getting ready to, to jump, she's the only one on that runway getting ready to jump, And so when you're taking that experience and you're translating and you're, changing it and you're now playing in a community sport, it's different and it's addicting. You're feeding off energy, you're
Yep.
making, you're building relationships. It's a complete different experience and it's a lot of fun. So when you really get involved and you meet people and you learn the sport, I mean, it's just
Mhm.
different. It's very,
Yeah.
very different. So it's fun.
Next question. Do you have any specific dodgeball highs or dodgeball lows you would like to share? Let's start with
Ooh.
Lovey.
Ooh. Um, Definitely my high being, making the roster. I just couldn't believe it wasn't butter, baby, when they dropped that roster and my face was on it. I was like, oh, y'all for real. Y'all for real finna take me. So that was cool. That was my high. Like highest of high. Um, and then if we're talking about lows, I've had a few, like just trying to learn the sport, being so frustrated, being a very athletic human and not being able to figure out like, dodgeball and like moving laterally. I know I touched on this kind of in part one, but just like everything I've been doing up into this point where I discovered dodgeball has been so linear. Um, and they quite literally tell you like stay in your lane, don't look at your left and to your right. So I had a lot of frustration originally, acclimating myself to playing on a team. As Ashley was mentioning, as an individual sport, so I was screening people, I was like getting hit by cross court shots because I just didn't have the chops, and the training to be keep my head on a swivel because that's not what we were taught, in track and field. So my lowest point was like trying to convert kind of my thinking from individual sport to team sport because it was really hard if I'm being honest.
Ashley?
I think a low, um, honestly, I think was at Worlds 2 years ago where we had our behinds handed to us by Northern Ireland. I mean, we got whooped, and being in those moments, you're trying to say to yourself that, you're trying to keep yourself mentally locked in and you really have this goal in mind, but you're losing and you're down. I mean, those are the moments where you really need to work on your mental toughness. I think mental toughness is extremely important in dodgeball. That's another topic that I will continue to talk about and try and make it more widespread. But I think specifically in that experience, just, really being humbled and really learning that there are some bigger teams out there, better teams out there, and they're hungry too. So I think that would be one
Marvel.
of my big ones for sure.
Next question. How has your game evolved as you grew to also be in charge and run leagues? Do you have any goals in terms of growing the sport locally or nationally? Let's start with Lovey again.
Yeah. So I think my game has grown significantly to the point where I can now teach and foster others, right? So that's one of the reasons why I expressed interest in joining the leadership team at Boston Dodgeball League because I felt like I finally had the capacity to like now that I know what I'm doing a little bit to help other folks. Because one thing about me is that if I like get a door open, I don't close it behind me. So I'm bringing people with me. So as far as that goes, like being able to know what I'm doing and know what I'm doing enough to run a league, to bring more people into the community and to kind of teach them the ropes, has been really awesome for me. And it's helped me in my game because like if you can teach it, you know it.
Ashley?
To piggyback off that too, when your game evolves, like other people will begin to notice that and they kind of
Yep.
look at you and they come to you as a natural leader, like whether you like it or not. And so it kind of puts you in that role where you start to really, like Lovey said, you start to really share advice and, share your skills and show them how to throw. I mean, it really puts you in that position where you got to be ready to start showing other people how you got there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is a big part of the involvement, in terms of my growth and how I want to help grow our current league, specifically. So yeah, that would be how I would add to that.
Awesome.
I got distracted. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're
That's
good.
crazy. That's crazy.
What?
Hey,
I
y'all
was
heard it
trying to
here
read the
first.
What'd you
Y'all
say?
heard it here first. He don't listen to women. Y'all heard it here first.
I'm distracted every time I look at Lovey.
He
Oh,
stepped
because
back
I got your whole family in the back. Sorry, look at your son.
Lovey's about a frame away from being a part of that picture, Ryan. I'm not gonna
Oh God,
lie.
like
Oh my god. She's gonna like edit herself at, like over my face.
No, literally. No, she should just hop on Hannah's back, actually. Just
no, literally.
Oh my gosh. Next question from Rachel Garland for Lovey. How has playing with Anarchy shaped you as a cloth player / what have you learned about your game by playing with them?
So Anarchy made me a cloth player. I'm not even gonna hold you guys. And I know that there's, you see I say Anarchy and there are a lot of few different thoughts that come up, right? And I can only speak to what I have experienced, which was being invited to play and being taught the ropes, quite literally, with so much patience and kindness, especially from the guys. Because when I tell you I was garbage at cloth, like because I couldn't even hold the ball. Like, and these people were telling me that I was going to be good at this, and I was over here getting frustrated every week because I couldn't hold the ball. I was throwing invalids left and right, quite literally left and right. Like the only thing I could do is catch. That's the only thing I could do. And I was like, I'm just gonna do this. And Armando, Mikey, Brandon, Abby, they were like, no, you need to learn how to do this. So they were able to see something and that I couldn't even see myself at that point in time, because I was just like, yeah, I want to play foam, like, like bump all this cloth noise. Like, I don't want cloth. Y'all can do that. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Right. But, they encouraged me every single week to keep showing up. And eventually I ended up just being a really like, I believe, a key part of that team. As far as like with my speed, I learned how to apply my speed correctly, because I was fast. I just didn't know quite yet how to apply that. I learned all the angles of the game. I learned, the strategy of the game, and then I just learned how to play. And they were really with me from the beginning, so they helped evolve me. And then, to the next, and prepare me for that next step, which was, Team USA. And then those coaches, they work with me to fine tune. So like I would say, like being on Team USA and like all the folks that have helped me, like Decker, out like Alfred and all of those folks, Ashley, they sharpened my iron, but Anarchy gave me the sword, and that's something that I'll be thankful for and I'm forever grateful for.
Your roots are your roots, right? Like how you start something and how you get into something and who really like helps you grow, those are the people that really build that foundation. So I completely understand, where you're coming from, like those are the people that really showed you and helped get you to where you are now. So
Sure, for sure. All right, we got 2 questions, both from Abuelito Toretto. First question that
I went to high school with her.
you went to high school with her?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, she sat in the back.
Bro, she is literally an actress in
Yeah,
Fast and Furious. And
yeah,
you went to high school there?
sure did.
That's
Wait, are
crazy.
you actually believing me, Ryan, or like? I
No.
was like, no, Ryan, like, please.
I mean, I didn't come up with these questions, obviously, but these are questions that she asked. First question she asks, what's your dream blunt rotation?
So I do not indulge in the devil's lettuce. I don't. Because the last time I did, I got so high, I thought it was Harriet Tubman. And if you get to this point in the podcast and you want to hear that story, I'll happily tell you that. Because that was tragic. It was so funny. But if I were to indulge in, as the kids say, the marijuana, I think my dream blunt rotation would be Ashley Elder, Hillary Clinton, and Hillary Clinton. I'm
how
cracking
much again?
myself up with that. Ashley Elder, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama.
Wow. Wow.
And I won't be elaborating.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Domino's Pizza then. Ashley.
All right, bet. I'm starting with Lovey because she's the funniest person I fucking know right now. I'm gonna go Lovey. I'm gonna go Robin Williams. And I'm gonna go Wanda Sykes. All three of them. I think I'll pee my pants the entire time. It'll be the funniest interactions, hands down, hands down, hands down.
That's good. I don't want to put you guys on the spot, but what would be a dream blunt rotation of players who play dodgeball right now? Like, that would be funny as fuck.
Lovey, first of all, we got to keep her in there. Sorry.
Have to, yeah.
I'm so unserious.
um, who else?
I think Bo would be a good one.
Bo would be good. Yeah, Bo
Yeah,
would be good.
good vibes.
I agree.
Um,
He just be giggling
well,
the whole time, being light skinned and whatnot, with his little fruit smoothie in the corner. If you know, you know. Anyways,
A third.
and
Mm, 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 mm.
no,
It's gotta
I
be.
gotta add Dylan Cruz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dylan would be a good
okay.
one. Yeah. That'd be a good
He's
one.
unserious. That is an unserious man. Or Taylor Panetta.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I don't think I've ever seen Taylor high, but we play on Just Happy together, and that man is drunk by the time mix rolls around.
He lit.
He is
And
literally
he can
lit.
still he'll still ball too. So good for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's hooping and he's lit.
He
Hmm.
looked like a ethnic Pete Davidson.
Oh my god.
And you can't unsee it now, can you? Love you, Taylor. Respectfully.
No comment.
Yeah, you shouldn't. Don't get canceled on your own podcast now, right?
Numbers are gonna go up and be like, damn, I wonder why people are watching. Bro, they are hate watching you, I promise.
Canceling you.
All right, last question from Abulita Toretto. What do you guys think about headshots?
I think they should be allowed. Do not ban headshots, in my opinion. It's a part of the game. It's, you're gonna get hit regardless. So personally, keep it.
Yeah. But that being said, there has to be some guardrails, right? Head trauma is a thing. And a lot of people do actually try their best not to, dome somebody, right? Like it just happens. Like I'm a very little woman. I am only 5'1". Like I am a little boo out there playing dodgeball. If a grown man is throwing at me that's 6'1", 6'2", I'm chest level for someone of that size. So they're just throwing at chest level. Or they're trying to keep it low so we don't catch it. But I do think that there should be a penalty, some sort of penalty for folks that do that intentionally.
The keyword's intention, big time.
Okay.
Intention is the big one. So kind of like how, we had this conversation with some folks, Ashley and I, and kind of similar to how they do basketball fouls, like flagrant fouls, kind of that system, but I just don't think there's enough data within competitive dodgeball in order to make those determinations yet. But as we evolve, as a game, like we'll be able to come up with those thresholds as we
even after, like, if you hit someone in the head and then you don't apologize, I think that could be I think that could be grounds for something. Like if you know what I mean, like if you clearly injured them and then you're over here like laughing, or you just continue on without even putting your hands up, I think maybe potentially that can be looked into, holding that person accountable. So I can see it in those standards. So
yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings about that too. Like if it's something like where someone gets hit in the face and then they're like giggling about it, no hand up, then obviously, like, honestly, that should probably just be a card for sure. But at the same time, though, like I always say, faces are laces. If you're aiming high or you're aiming low, then you're going to have a lower percentage of hitting that person, but it's going to be a low percentage of actually throwing that catch. I don't ever intentionally aim for someone's face, but I will say if you are on your knees and you're set up for that catch, you have to put it there. You have to put it there. You will give up catch every time. Like they're making themselves so small for that catch. But yeah, that's the only time I personally will aim high.
that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
I really said when they go low, we go high.
Just saying. And also, I will say this too. When I get hit in the face or people are aiming high, I don't look at it as a disrespectful thing whatsoever at all. And in my opinion, I think it's actually a respect thing, because if I'm them and I'm throwing high or low, then that means, okay, I respect Ryan and that he's a catcher, which I'm definitely not. But we're not going to put it on him because we feel like he's going to catch this ball. So if I get hit in the face, I get hit in the face. Whatever. MBD.
Right.
And that's all I got for questions. Thanks to everyone who sent them in. That was a lot of questions. We actually had to do a two-parter for this. So let's move into the outro. Do we have any closing thoughts / shout outs? Start with Ashley.
Well, first off, Ryan, thank you for having us on the pod. Lovey, thanks for sharing this experience with me as well. Like I had a lot of fun hopping on this and laughing around, and hopefully we provided some really good answers for everyone to listen to. And if you guys have any other questions or thoughts, feel free to like message me on the side or anything like that. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that's listening. Big shout out to the dodgeball community as a whole. Big shout out to Connecticut Dodgeball. Shout out to my family, my friends, my parents, and just everyone who's listening. And yeah, shout out to everybody.
Lovey.
Oh man, it's been a pleasure, seriously, Ryan. I'm a very unserious human being, but I am very serious about the growth of the sport that has provided me so much after a hard time in my life, right? So I'll give a shout out to everybody that's just been with me from the beginning. Shout out like the Volo crew, shout out, Anarchy, shout out Boston Dodgeball League, shout out, Ash because we met, and I'm like the Timu version of her. So this could work out. So
He
that's
was
cool.
crazy.
All right, fine. I'll upgrade myself, Sheen. Like, no, but
I love you.
Sheen, so shout out to y'all. Shout out to Ryan's son, OG.
That's crazy.
Shout out to your son, bro. And like, I just hope that like in between all the giggles that folks that were tuning in got a little bit of nuggets and insight into our journeys and how we like think about the game, how we think about ourselves, and like just got a little bit of encouragement from our journeys. So that's really about it.
Yeah, thanks guys for hopping on. This is a really good episode. Lovey, I know we don't know each other too well, or not too long, I guess. I think we know each other pretty well now. You are funny as fuck. And I was watching the episode this morning that I posted, and I was like, how do you get into dodgeball? And you're like, I got broken up with. And we were talking about this beforehand, but I start to smirk and like smile, but I'm like, bro, keep it together. Like,
I keep it real. If you meet the rest of my family, like my mother and my brother, we're a family of clowns. So like I'm not new to this. I'm true to this.
My family's the same way. So, but yeah, I'm watching it back. I'm like, you look like such a dickhead, dude.
No, it's hilarious. I'm hilarious.
Yeah, you are funny. Tonight we got to do PR for Ryan at the bar, okay?
1,000%. Because I can put it together really fast. You've seen it.
Okay. Yeah. I cannot, I promise. Next question. What's one guest you guys would like to see on Bromance? Lovey?
Ooh. Can you get Hillary Clinton?
I don't think I got it like that. No.
All right, fine. I guess I'll settle for like, I don't know, Bo. No, I'm just kidding.
Bo's been on like 9 times.
I know. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. You sure you can't get Hillary?
I could send an email. We'll see what happens.
Sore subject.
The emails. Is she on a list? Ryan.
Wait, what?
The emails, and it's just Ryan from the Bromance.
Hey, it's me. Not sure if you're a listener. Would love to have you on, talk dodgeball and some stuff about your career. If you're free.
Wait, do they have to be in dodgeball?
No.
No, I'd like to
Diana Taurasi.
Yes. Yes, if you can get Diana to just talk about dodgeball, that would actually make my life. Like, I don't fangirl, but for her, like I may have to hyperventilate.
Right.
Is my Jalen Brunson your Diana Taurasi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Same.
1,000%.
Okay. All right. Ashley?
Anyone female, any woman. Jesse Nakano, maybe.
Oh,
yes.
For sure.
That's my pick.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a short list. I put it on my phone last night. I'll show you guys at the bar, but I'm adding it right now.
I don't go to the bar.
You're going to the bar tonight, all right?
I have never had a drink in my life.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that video that y'all saw was AI.
Right.
Some
allegations
you see on the internet. So just stay woke, guys. I've never drank in my life.
Right.
That was Timu Ashley Elder, actually.
It was. That was Lashley Belder. That was Lashley Belder out there. Stay safe, guys. It's not safe out in the streets.
I don't even know how to respond.
It's AI. This whole interview is AI. Like you really got to be careful out here.
Right.
Facts. And last question: where can people find you guys on social media?
Don't find me. No, I'm just kidding. Lovey Dash Burleson on all platforms. If you want LinkedIn, Lovey Burleson. I'm very professional.
Reddit.
Respectfully. I got a couple burners on there, so I'm gonna keep that. But y'all can add me on LinkedIn, Lovey Burleson, Instagram, Lovey Burleson, or if you're nasty, at HR Lovey B, which is my professional account.
Okay. Ashley, do you think that she commented on the Connecticut dodgeball stuff on Reddit? That account that we won't talk about right now. The name of it, do you remember? Is that Lovey?
It was probably Lovey. Actually.
That may have been me. You
can track it.
Don't know. That's why it's called a burner. Okay, you don't know it's me.
Oh man.
No, but I put your Instagram profile in the description of the last episode and then the last for your socials. So I hope you're cool with that.
No, absolutely.
Okay, bet. Ashley, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram, Ashley YYY Elder. You can find me on Facebook, Ashley Elder. And that's it. That's my two main hubs right there.
Awesome. All right, ladies. Well, I will see you guys tonight.
You can find her on Feet Finder too. Anyways, so
for 500K.
Feet Finder under Lashley Smelder. Just kidding.
As long as I got my Old Bay, that's all that matters. So.
The Old Bay.
Oh my gosh.
All right. For legal purposes, that was a joke.
Right. All right, ladies. Thank you for hopping on. I will see you tonight.
All right.
See you tonight.
Thank you. Bye.
Peace.